At the beginning of the story, we are shown a battlefield where everyone has been killed. Standing there, our main character says, "All my friends are dead. I watched my father die right in front of my eyes. Now, against the demon's army, I am the only one left." At that moment, the Demon King mocks him and says, "Martial god of the human race, you turned out to be extremely weak. What are you even fighting for now? You have nothing left to protect." Hearing this, the main character cries and replies, "I am Qin Feng, the alchemy god. I lived for thousands of years, yet throughout my entire life, I never even reached the basic level of martial arts. I always relied on my friends, but I won't do that anymore." After saying this, Qin Feng swallows a pill. Once he takes it, he charges forward and starts fighting the monsters. However, after fighting for a short time, he was killed. As he was dying, Qin Feng says, "This is where everything ends. I achieved a lot in my life. I reached the peak of alchemy, but I never cultivated martial arts. If the gods give me another chance, I will become much stronger, so that I never lose to a demon again." Suddenly, Qin Feng opens his eyes in shock and asks, "Where am I?" Then memories flood back, how his fiancée betrayed him. Qin Feng recalls shouting, "I won the competition for you. Then why did you still attack me?" His fiancée steps forward and says coldly, "We only had a marriage contract. 3 years ago, I left the Qin family, but since then, I've grown far stronger. Now I'm a disciple of one of the 3 greatest sects. A loser like you is no longer worthy of me." As he thinks about this, Qin Feng begins cultivating and reflects. "In my previous life, my martial cultivation was completely useless. With no other choice, I chose alchemy. Although my alchemy reached the peak, my martial arts remained at a basic level. If my martial strength had been as strong as my alchemy, no monster would have dared attack us, and my clan would never have been destroyed. It seems this jade necklace gave me the chance to go back in time. In this life, to prevent that calamity, I will do everything. Whether it's alchemy or martial arts, I won't spare a single enemy." Just then, Qin Feng's servant Shen Qi arrives and says, "Young master, Lin Leng, the eldest son of the Lin family, has entered our medicine garden." Qin Feng explains that Lin Leng is his fiancée's brother. In his past life, Lin Leng constantly harassed Qin Feng to seize the medicine garden. Qin Feng says calmly, "Fine, take me to him." The scene shifts to the medicine garden. Lin Leng shouts angrily, "Qin Feng, you bastard! My sister has become a disciple of Moon Palace, one of the 3 greatest sects. If you don't return the medicine garden right now, we won't let you go." Qin Feng arrives and replies coldly, "How does a coward who hides behind his sister dare speak so boldly? This medicine garden was given to the Lin family only because of the marriage contract. Now that the contract is broken, the garden belongs to us. How dare you still talk about it?" Lin Leng panics internally, thinking, "Is this really Qin Feng?" Then he says aloud, "You were severely injured in that competition. If my sister had wanted to, she could have killed you, but she spared you because of the marriage contract. And yet, you still refuse to hand over the garden?" Qin Feng replies impatiently, "I don't have time for your nonsense. If you want to talk, speak to the Qin family's law enforcement team." Lin Leng realizes Qin Feng has changed completely and is becoming difficult to deal with. He then says, "Within 1 month, people from the Qin family headquarters will arrive to collect herbs." Qin Feng replies calmly, "Yes, I know. So what?" Lin Leng smirks and proposes a bet. "If your herbs meet this year's target, I'll give you my mine. But if you fail, you give me the medicine garden." Hearing this, Shen Qi thinks, "Only an idiot would bet our medicine garden for that useless mine." But Qin Feng says confidently, "Fine, I agree, but we'll sign a contract." They sign the contract and Lin Leng leaves laughing, saying, "May the heavens save this fool." Shen Qi mutters, "I thought our young master had matured, but I was wrong. He's still just a child." Qin Feng laughs and says, "A child who has lived for thousands of years. These fools have no idea what's about to happen." The scene shifted again. Qin Feng was cultivating when he suddenly coughs up blood. He says, "I've cleared the first level of the Qi and Blood realm. Since I'm using the Divine Transformation art, blood loss isn't an issue." The narrator then explains the 6 realms of warriors. 1. Qi and Blood realm. 2. Body tempering state. 3. Grandmaster realm. 4. Void realm. 5. Virtual God realm. 6. God destroying realm. Each realm is divided into 9 levels. Qin Feng reflects, "In my past life, my fiancé ambushed me, destroying my cultivation. That's why I could never practice martial arts. But thankfully, I possess the Divine Transformation art. With it, I can rebuild my martial foundation. This technique looks ordinary, but anyone who practices it becomes extraordinary in the future. People underestimate it only because they don't understand its true value. I couldn't use it in my past life, but in this life, I will. Just then, a servant rushes in and says, "Master, please come outside. Something big has happened." When Qin Feng comes outside, he sees that all the crops in the medicine garden have been ruined. The servant panics and says, "Master, this is a huge problem. The collection agent will arrive in just 10 days, but somehow all our herbs have been destroyed. Even if we plant again now, there's no way we can recover in time." Qin Feng immediately uses his spiritual power to inspect the area. As he examines the soil, he finds something and says in shock, "How is this possible? Liang grass inside the Tianlu fruit?" Liang grass has the ability to destroy surrounding crops, so Qin Feng realizes what happened. Who planted liang grass among my herbs? This was definitely Lin Leng's doing. That's why he proposed the bet in the first place. He planned everything, so he could take back the medicine garden. But that idiot has no idea that he just gave me an incredible gift. 10 days later, the Qin family's medicine collector arrives. Lin Leng comes with him. Lin Leng asks arrogantly, "Where is Qin Feng? Isn't he coming to greet the medicine collector?" Shen Qi was already kneeling in front of the collector and says, "Please wait a moment. Young Master Qin Feng will arrive shortly." Just then, Qin Feng walks in and says, "Why are you making so much noise here?" Seeing him, Lin Leng snaps, "You see the medicine collector is here, yet you don't even bow or greet him? Are you deliberately disrespecting him?" The medicine collector Yulong says coldly, "I'll give you one chance. Apologize." Shen Qi and the others quickly bow and plead, "Medicine collector, please calm down, don't be angry." Shen Qi whispers urgently to Qin Feng, "Young master, please apologize. Last time he got angry, he fined us 3 years' worth of taxes. If he loses his temper again, who knows what he'll do." Instead of apologizing, Qin Feng raises his middle finger and says, "I won't bow." Everyone was stunned. Lin Leng and Shen Qi were shocked, while Yulong becomes furious. Qin Feng continues calmly, "You're just a part-time worker. All you can do is use your authority to find people. Even if you find me, what can you really do?" Yulong, enraged, says, "Enough talk. Show me this year's herbs." Qin Feng replies, "We've prepared exactly what we promised." Yulong laughs mockingly, "Things have changed this year. The required herb quota has doubled. That means you must deliver double the amount." Then he draws his sword and says, "If you fail, prepare to die." Shen Qi panics, thinking, "This bastard is clearly extorting us. Not only will we lose the medicine garden, our young master might die too." Lin Leng smirks inwardly, "I knew Yulong would come. That's why I bribed him beforehand. Qin Feng doesn't even know. We made a 50-50 deal over the medicine garden. I also sabotaged his crops. There's no way he recovered. He'll lose both the garden and his life." Qin Feng calmly says, "You want double? Follow me." As they inspect the crops, Lin Leng scoffs, "Did you grow Tianlu fruit here? This is trash tier material." Yulong sneers, "You dare offer garbage like this to the clan? I feel like executing you on the spot." Qin Feng replies coldly, "Trash people only see trash." One looks again. Everyone looks flourishing herbs stretch across the garden. All present were stunned. Lin Leng panics, "How is this possible? I planted liang grass here." Yulong was shocked as well. "These herbs are top-tier quality. Not only did you meet the tax requirement, you're delivering herbs 5 times better than expected." Shen Qi realizes, "I haven't seen young master much lately. He managed the entire medicine garden alone, and perfectly." Lin Leng shouts angrily, "How could you grow such high-quality herbs?" Qin Feng explains calmly, "Land grass has a yin nature. If you plant it normally, it destroys crops. But if you grow it in reverse, without sunlight, and use a special formation, it actually accelerates herb growth." Then Qin Feng steps forward and says confidently, "Lin Leng, stop pretending. You've lost. Prepare to hand over your mine." Lin Leng laughs nervously, "What if I refuse? What can you do?" Qin Feng pulls out the signed contract and says, "If you don't hand over the mine, you'll spend the rest of your life in prison. Your family will also face serious criminal charges." Lin Leng freezes, realizing, "I made a massive mistake signing that contract." Desperate, he pleads, "Brother Yulong, help me." Yulong shrugs, "You made the bet. This has nothing to do with me." Left with no choice, Lin Leng hands over the mine. The scene shifted. Qin Feng arrives at the mine and says, "This place is truly magnificent." Shen Qi says respectfully, "Young master, you've become incredibly wise. None of us believed you back then. We thought you'd made a huge mistake. But can you tell me, why did you risk such a valuable medicine garden for a seemingly worthless mine? Is there something special hidden here?" Qin Feng said calmly, "No, there's nothing special here. I only made the bet to teach that family a lesson." When Shen Qi heard that Qin Feng had placed the bet purely for fun, he was completely shocked. Qin Feng then explained, Shenki is right. Compared to a medicine garden, a mine seems worthless. But in my previous life, I discovered something. This mine only looks ordinary, but the black iron ore inside it is extremely rare. If we use it properly, its value will be equal to that of a medicine garden. Just then, a guard came running in panic and shouted, "Master, something terrible has happened. One of our nearby mines has collapsed. 15 to 20 workers are trapped and presumed dead." The scene shifts to the collapsed mine. Outside, the workers' families were sitting on the ground, crying loudly. Seeing this, Shenki says nervously, "How is this possible? The moment this mine came under our control, it collapsed. Does this mean the gods are angry with us?" The miners' families begin shouting angrily, "This is Qin family's fault. Everything was fine when the Lin family owned the mine. As soon as the Qin family took over, the gods punished us. Our family members died because of this bastard." Shenki turns to Qin Feng and says urgently, "Master, this place is extremely dangerous. You should leave immediately." But Qin Feng replies firmly, "No, I'm not leaving." He thinks to himself, "The mine collapsed right after it came into our hands. This can't be a coincidence. Someone is behind this." Using his spiritual senses, Qin Feng scans the mine and realizes, none of the workers inside are dead. They're all unconscious. The inside of the mine is intact. Only the entrance collapsed. This was definitely Lin Leng's doing. He caused an explosion at the entrance, so the mine would collapse. His plan is to have the miners' families kill me, completing his scheme. Qin Feng raises his voice and says loudly, "Everyone, listen to me. All the people trapped inside are alive. If we remove the rocks blocking the entrance, we can save them. I won't blame anyone. Please help me rescue your loved ones." The crowd explodes in anger. "What nonsense are you talking about? The entire mine collapsed and you're saying people survived? How can you lie about the dead like this?" Lin Leng watches from the side, laughing coldly, thinking, Qin Feng is a complete idiot. No matter what he does, he won't survive. The miners' families rush forward, trying to kill Qin Feng. Shenki shouts, "Master, please leave. They'll kill you." But Qin Feng orders calmly, "Qin family guards, don't stop them. Give everyone weapons. Now it's their choice. Kill me or try to save their people. I swear on my life, they are all alive. If you dig and don't find them alive, you can kill me. My family will not seek revenge." The crowd hesitates, then begins discussing among themselves. Finally, they decide to trust him and start digging. Qin Feng quietly tells Shenki, "I need you to do something for me." Shenki wonders why, but obeys. Meanwhile, Lin Leng sneers to himself, "Dig deeper. Even if you find the bodies, it won't matter. I released poison gas inside the mine. No one can survive that." "You talk too boldly, Qin Feng. Once they see the bodies, they'll kill you for sure." Eventually, the miners break through the entrance. Inside, the workers are lying motionless. The families cry out in grief, "You lied. They're all dead." Lin Leng steps forward and shouts, "This is all Qin Feng's fault. Don't let that bastard live." The crowd turns murderous. Lin Leng watches Qin Feng from a distance, thinking smugly, "He must think I did this, but he has no proof. He'll never get any." He's probably already terrified, wondering how he'll escape. Just then, Shenki returns with the item Qin Feng requested. Qin Feng stands calmly in place. Lin Leng thinks in confusion. Why isn't he running? What is he planning? Qin Feng then orders everyone, "Eat this fruit properly. After chewing it, transfer it mouth to the others." Seeing Qin Feng's people do this, Lin Leng shouts angrily, "Look, he's insulting your family members even after their deaths." The crowd becomes furious, shouting, "Kill him, he's disrespecting our dead." Qin Feng says calmly, "Shenki, don't be afraid. Keep doing exactly as I said." Qin Feng himself begins placing the medicine into the workers' mouths by hand. Even Shenki thinks nervously, "Master, this looks worse than death." But suddenly, the workers open their eyes and sit up. Everyone freezes in shock. Then a woman stepped forward and cried out, "My husband is alive." Master Qin Feng was absolutely right. Qin Feng explained calmly, "These people were never dead. The poison they inhaled is called swamp miasma. At present, there is no direct cure for this poison. However, if someone eats Tianlu fruit, they can safely escape its effects. That's why I asked Shenki to bring these fruits so I could feed them to the miners. In this era, I'm probably the only person who fully understands this technique." Qin Feng then approached one of the workers and asked, "Tell me honestly, how did you all lose consciousness? Who poisoned you?" The worker replied, "Yes, I remember now. It was Lin Leng. That bastard first tried to lock us inside the cave. When we refused, he released poison gas and ran away. As soon as we inhaled it, we all passed out." The other workers quickly agreed, "Yes, it was him. He poisoned us and left us here to die." Qin Feng turned toward Lin Lang and said coldly, "Brother Lin Lang, I never thought you would do something like this. But now the truth is out." He then looked at the furious crowd and continued, "A moment ago you were angry at me, believing I killed your family members. Aren't you angry anymore? This is the real culprit, the man who abandoned your loved ones to die." Lin Lang's face turned pale with fear, and he begged, "Please, don't kill me." The workers immediately rushed forward and began beating him. After things calmed down, Qin Feng searched inside the mine. Shen Qi asked curiously, "Young master, what are you looking for?" Qin Feng thought to himself, "I clearly remember that Lin Lang's black iron ore mine was this one. So why can't I find the black iron ore?" A worker stepped forward and said sincerely, "Thank you so much, young master. You saved all of our lives." All the workers bowed deeply and said, "We will never forget your kindness." Qin Feng replied, "You're all exhausted. I'll temporarily close the mine for a few days. Rest well until it reopens." He thought quietly, "No matter what I did in my previous life, the people of this town never praised me. This is the first time they've bowed to me with genuine gratitude." The workers replied together, "We'll do exactly as you say, Master Qin Feng." Qin Feng then asked, "Where is that bastard Lin Lang now?" A worker answered, "We were beating him earlier. He probably escaped afterward." Qin Feng thought, "Lin Lang must know where the black iron ore is, but he ran away before telling me." Shen Qi approached and said, "Master, everything has settled down. We should head home now." Qin Feng suddenly asked, "Do you know about the loan sharks in the nearby town?" Shen Qi replied seriously, "Yes, they're extremely dangerous. Borrowing money from them is hard, and paying it back is even harder. If you fail to repay them, they'll cripple you. Their interest rates are outrageously high. Only fools borrow from them." "But why are you asking, Master?" Qin Feng answered calmly, "I didn't just think about it. I already borrowed from them. I borrowed 500 gold. Shen Qi shouted in shock, "Master, you're joking, right?" Qin Feng replied seriously, "I'm completely serious." Shen Qi panicked. "An ordinary person can barely spend 20 gold a year. You borrowed 500 gold. Qin Feng said, "If I hadn't done that, how could I have improved the medicine garden so much?" Shen Qi replied anxiously, "The medicine garden earns only 100 gold per year. How are we supposed to repay 500 gold? Qin Feng thought to himself, "I've done everything for the iron mine. This debt will also be repaid by the iron mine. But the biggest problem is that Lin Lang escaped. Who will tell me where the black iron ore is now?" Shen Qi sighed in despair. "Everything is over. We'll lose the medicine garden, and we'll die." As they left, a young woman silently watched them from afar. The scene shifted. Qin Feng returns home and sees his father. His father smiles and says, "It's been a long time since I last saw you. How's your health, son?" Qin Feng replies, "You're back, Dad." Shen Qi was about to tell Qin Feng's father everything, but Qin Feng quickly covers his mouth. Qin Feng explains to the audience, "My father is a very good man. In my previous life, he worked extremely hard and fought for me until his last breath. This time, I'll take better care of him. He no longer needs to worry about me." His father says, "Don't worry about your cultivation. I spent a lot of money and brought you 2 pills to help restore it." Qin Feng replies, "Father, my injuries are already healed. You don't need to worry about me anymore." He thinks, "My father has been worrying about my injuries for a long time. I can't even imagine how hard he worked to buy those expensive pills." His father asks in confusion, "Why has your cultivation dropped so much? You're already at the Qi and Blood First level." Qin Feng smiles, "Don't worry, father. Let's go home first. I have a lot to tell you." Back at home, Qin Feng's father says in disbelief, "So you've become the disciple of an alchemy master, and you're already an alchemist? That's incredible." Qin Feng replies, "My master said I have a unique talent." His father laughs happily, "I knew it. My son could never be ordinary. You're a genius. Where does your master live? I'd like to meet him and thank him." Qin Feng says apologetically, "Father, please forgive me. My master is a very unusual person. He doesn't like meeting others, and very few people even know about him. He wouldn't want to meet you." His father nods, "Yes, you're right. High-level experts rarely interact with ordinary people." Qin Feng thinks to himself, "I have to lie to my father, but I have no choice. If I told him I came from the future, he'd never believe me. Saying I have an alchemy master is the safest explanation, and it will keep him from worrying." Qin Feng's father then said, "I have to leave again, but this time I'm leaving something important for you. If in the future I'm not by your side, and you face a problem you can't solve on your own, you can use this. This is the Qin family battle order." When Qin Feng saw the battle order, he thought, "My father is giving me something truly important. This shows how much he values me." As his father prepared to leave, he added, "I'll be gone for a long time. I'm entrusting the entire family to you, my son. Take good care of everything." Qin Feng replied firmly, "Don't worry, father, I'll take excellent care of it." He thought to himself, "My father gave me the Qin family's battle order. This proves how much trust he has in me. I will never betray that trust. I will never let my father lower his head in shame." The next day, Shen Qi said anxiously, "Young master, someone has been banging on our door for a long time. Could it be the loan sharks?" Qin Feng panicked and said quickly, "Shen Qi, listen carefully. Call all the family guards and station them at the gate." As he walked outside, Qin Feng thought, "I'm finished. Loan sharks never let anyone go easily. I almost asked my father for money yesterday, but he had already spent so much on expensive pills for me. I couldn't bring myself to ask. All my savings are gone. If I can't pay them back, they might even seize our house." Qin Feng took a deep breath and said, "Open the gate." He thought, "We should prepare for a fight. This could turn very dangerous." Suddenly, Shen Qi said in surprise, "Master, open your eyes and look." The visitor was a young woman. Qin Feng was confused. "Is this really a loan shark? She looks so cute." The girl said politely, "My name is Hao Chen." Shen Qi asked, "Who are you?" Hao Chen replied, "I came to meet the person who saved my life." Qin Feng was still thinking, "She looks really gentle." Shen Qi asked again, "Are you a loan shark?" She shook her head. "No, I work in the mine. I'm not a loan shark." It was then explained that Hao Chen had been working in the mine disguised as a man, hiding her true identity. Qin Feng suddenly realized, "I remember her. When we were feeding medicine to the miners, I personally fed medicine to this girl. To be honest, I took advantage of the fact that no one was watching, and I oddly enjoyed it." Qin Feng asked, "You came here to find me?" He then worried, "How is she going to repay me? Is she thinking about marrying me?" "I don't have any plans to get married yet," Hao Chen said sincerely. "You saved my life, so I want to tell you something. I know where the black iron ore mine is." Qin Feng was shocked. "How do you know about the black iron ore mine? Weren't you unconscious at that time? And how did you know I was looking for it?" She explained, "I didn't pass out immediately. I had a detoxification pill, which allowed me to stay conscious for a short while. That's when I heard Lin Lang talking about the black iron ore mine." Qin Feng grabbed her hand and said excitedly, "Forget the mine for a moment. You said you took a pill you made yourself? That means you learned alchemy on your own." Hao Chen nodded. "Yes, I learned a little alchemy by reading books." Qin Feng thought, "She learned alchemy just from books. If I teach her properly, she could become a high-level alchemist." He asked her, "Do you want to become an alchemist?" Hao Chen hesitated and said, "I'm very poor. I need to support my parents. If I stop working, who will take care of them?" Qin Feng said confidently, "Don't worry about your parents. I'll take care of them. And let me tell you, I'm a very good alchemist. I can teach you many things. All I need to know is whether you're willing to follow me." As he spoke, Qin Feng thought, "In my previous life, being the god of alchemy meant refining pills all day. That was one of the main reasons I couldn't practice martial arts. This time, I'll train her properly and make her an excellent alchemist so she can handle pill refinement for me in the future." Meanwhile, Hao Chen thought, "He said I can entrust my parents to him and he'll teach me step by step. Did he just ask me to marry him?" She finally said, "All right, I promise I'll never betray you." Qin Feng smiled, "You made the right decision. Now you must study seriously and become a great alchemist." As they walked together, Hao Chen thought, "I found such a wonderful husband." Qin Feng thought, "I found a very capable employee." Both moved forward with their misunderstandings intact. A few days later, the scene shifted. Qin Feng arrives in Fangmin City with his people. Shen Qi says, "Young master, we came to Fangmin City to sell the black iron ore. But how much iron ore are we planning to sell?" Qin Feng said, "We're not going to sell too much here. We just need enough money to fully repay the loan sharks. We need to sell 1,000 pieces." Shen Qi replied, "That's a huge amount. From what we saw, Lin Lang had hidden a lot of black iron. If we find a really good merchant, we might be able to sell it." Qin Feng said firmly, "I need to sell it for 10,000 gold. Because of searching for the black iron, we were delayed in paying the loan sharks. Due to interest, we now owe 10,000 gold." Hearing this, Shen Qi and all the guards were completely shocked. They said, 10,000 gold? How can we possibly pay such a huge amount? Even selling everything we have, this will be extremely difficult. Qin Feng replied calmly, "Don't worry, I'm here. I'll handle everything." He thought to himself, "Hao Chen and I worked extremely hard to refine this black iron perfectly. I'm very confident once someone sees it, they'll definitely want to buy it. It's a masterpiece." But when they came to the shops, the shopkeepers said mockingly, 10,000 gold for this black iron? I wouldn't even give you 500 gold. How can you even imagine asking for such a price? Qin Feng was completely stunned. They then entered the largest shop in Fangmin City, but the shopkeeper said dismissively, your black iron is garbage. I don't like it at all. Take it away. You're calling this a black crystal? It looks like an ordinary black stone. How am I supposed to believe it's a crystal? Do you think I'm an idiot who can't tell? You're trying to fool me? Qin Feng snapped. You're the real idiot if you can't recognize black iron ore. The shopkeeper grew angry and said, if this really were black crystal, I'd kneel down and apologize to you, and buy it. Qin Feng replied coldly, you don't have the knowledge. You're just talking nonsense. At that moment, shopkeeper Gao, the main owner, arrived and asked, why are you people arguing here? The first shopkeeper said, these people are trying to sell me a stone and insisting it's black crystal. It's obviously fake. Shopkeeper Gao immediately kicked Qin Feng and Shen Qi out and shouted, I hate fake goods. How dare you come here? Don't ever show your faces here again. Outside, Qin Feng was furious. How dare those bastards call my black iron fake? I could kill them. Shen Qi stopped him quickly and said, young master, stop. Shopkeeper Gao is very powerful and has a strong background. We can't afford to offend him. Qin Feng calmed down and said, you're right. His background is stronger than our family's. For now, we can't clash with him. Shen Qi thought with relief. Finally, the young master has calmed down. Qin Feng sighed. That was the only shop where I could easily sell my items. It looks like I'll have to travel very far to sell them. There's no nearby city that will buy this. Inside the shop, shopkeeper Gao said to his staff, if you meet people like that again, don't waste time talking. Just throw them out. The other shopkeeper nodded obediently. Then, shopkeeper Gao looked at the black iron left behind and asked, why is this coal still here? The first shopkeeper replied, this is the black iron ore those liars brought. Shopkeeper Gao said, let's check whether it's real or not. The first shopkeeper laughed. It's definitely fake. Real black iron is much clearer. He wanted to sell this trash for 10,000 gold. I did the right thing kicking him out. But as shopkeeper Gao touched the stone, it suddenly began to glow. The first shopkeeper said nervously, see, I told you it's fake. Stones don't glow. Shopkeeper Gao punched him hard and shouted, you absolute idiot. The shopkeeper cried, master, what are you doing? Shopkeeper Gao roared, you've made a huge mistake. I've offended someone extremely important. I just hope he's not too angry, and that he'll still sell us his goods. The scene shifts. Qin Feng and his people were walking away. Shen Qi said regretfully, master, this is our fault. We priced the black iron too high. If we keep setting prices like that, no one will buy from us. The guards agreed. Yes, Shen Qi is right. The price was far too high. Qin Feng nodded. You're right. I refined it too well. That's why they couldn't recognize it. Just then, shopkeeper Gao came running after them, shouting, great master, please wait. I'm here to buy all of your black iron. Qin Feng asked calmly, you want to buy all of it? Shopkeeper Gao replied eagerly, yes, every single piece. I even brought the money with me. Shen Qi and the guards were overjoyed. All of our goods will be sold. But Qin Feng said coldly, I'm sorry, I won't sell it to you. Everyone was shocked. Shopkeeper Gao asked anxiously, why won't you sell it? Qin Feng replied, I wanted to sell it, but your people humiliated my men. They were extremely stubborn. Even if I wanted to sell now, my people wouldn't agree. So please forgive me. I can't sell it to you. Shen Qi and the guards thought bitterly. The young master isn't selling, and he's putting all the blame on us. If only he had let us handle the sale, we'd have closed the deal instantly. Shopkeeper Gao grabbed the first shopkeeper by the ear and shouted, this is all your fault. If you hadn't offended the master, he would have definitely sold us his goods. That man shouted, I did nothing wrong. He was selling fake items, so I insulted him. I will not apologize. Shopkeeper Gao replied angrily, you called it fake? You are truly blind. He then explained calmly, ordinary black iron ore is very clear and shines like crystal. But ore like this contains many impurities, which is why it shines so brightly. Because of that, people usually think black iron ore should look crystal clear. When the master brought this black iron ore to us, it was extremely dark. A true crystal doesn't reveal its nature so easily. But when you inject spiritual energy into it, its true power appears. Judging by its glow, I can confidently say this is the best iron ore in the entire world. It's extremely rare. Few people will ever possess iron ore of this quality. Everyone was completely shocked. Shopkeeper Gao thought to himself, the refinement technique used on this ore, a hidden grandmaster must be behind it. Qin Feng thought calmly, of course they're shocked. The technique I used won't appear again for another 100 years. Qin Feng then said, Shopkeeper Gao, you don't need to apologize to me. Just tell the man beside you to kneel down and apologize. That will be enough. If you can't do that, I'll leave immediately. Shopkeeper Gao punched the man next to him and shouted, I told you to kneel. Why aren't you kneeling? The man panicked and said, Please forgive me. I was wrong. Shopkeeper Gao said, Now that he's been punished, how about this as compensation? We'll buy all your items for 30,000 gold. Qin Feng replied calmly, Fine, I'll take a small loss and sell everything to you. Shopkeeper Gao said respectfully, Thank you for your generosity. Meanwhile, Shen Qi and the others were completely confused. 30,000 gold? And the master says he's taking a loss? What is even happening right now? They had come only to repay their loan, yet somehow ended up earning a huge amount of money. Qin Feng looked at the money and said, This is more than enough. We can easily repay all our debts. All right, everyone, let's go shopping. He thought to himself, To advance further in martial arts, I'll need many resources and a lot of money. Scene shifted. Lin Leng was kneeling at someone's feet, crying, Godfather Yu, your child has been bullied terribly. That bastard Qin Feng framed me and had the villagers beat me. I barely escaped with my life. If I hadn't run, they would have killed me. Godfather Yu asked coldly, So Qin Feng falsely accused you and had the villagers attack you? Lin Leng nodded, Yes, Godfather, and I've heard Qin Feng is currently in Fangmin City. Why don't we take action against him now? Godfather Yu said coldly, I understand what needs to be done. How dare that bastard frame you? I won't sit still. Don't worry, Qin Feng will not see tomorrow's sun. Lin Leng said gratefully, Thank you, Godfather. The blood Lin Leng had applied was fake. He thought viciously, Qin Feng, this time you won't escape. Scene shifted. Qin Feng was sitting and cultivating. After opening his eyes, he says, This is excellent. Thanks to the pills Father gave me, I've reached level 5 of the Ki and Blood Realm. I'm getting stronger. The stronger I become, the more I can change. Suddenly, Qin Feng sensed something. Using his sixth sense, he realized 2 assassins were outside his house. He smiled and said, So I have guests tonight. How could I let my guests leave so easily? I just leveled up. This is the perfect chance to test my cultivation. Outside, the assassins whispered, He's just standing there. Let's kill him quickly. Qin Feng opened the gate and asked calmly, What do you want from me? The assassins were shocked. How did you know we were here? Qin Feng replied, I knew the moment you arrived. He smiled coldly and said, Forgive me, but I'm gonna beat you very badly. I don't have anyone to practice with. One assassin sneered, You're only at level 5 and you want to practice with us? You're strange. Most people run when they see us. Qin Feng laughed. Stop talking and fight. I'm actually excited. This is my first real fight. He thought, In my past life, I barely fought because I was busy refining pills. Let's see how much my training has improved me. One assassin said proudly, I'm at level 8 of the Ki and Blood Realm. I've killed over 100 people. Killing someone like you will be easy. Qin Feng nodded, so he's quite powerful. He clenched his fist and delivered a devastating punch straight to the assassin's face. With just one punch, the assassin was completely defeated. The second assassin panicked. Qin Feng said calmly, Looks like he's dead. The surviving assassin thought in terror, How is this possible? He killed my brother with one punch. Qin Feng smiled. This fight ended too quickly. Now it's your turn. The assassin trembled. He'll kill me. I need to escape. He shouted, How dare you kill my brother? I won't forgive you. Qin Feng asked, Are you going to fight me for revenge? The assassin ran away while shouting, This isn't over. I'll take revenge within 10 years. Qin Feng watched him leave and thought, My transformation art is working extremely well. Otherwise, I could never have defeated a level 8 cultivator so easily. He then wondered, Should I follow him? Who was the person who sent him here to kill me? Scene shifts to the city lord's mansion of Fangmin City. Qin Feng thinks to himself, That assassin came here and then vanished. It seems the mastermind behind all this lives here, or at least nearby. Suddenly someone appears behind Qin Feng. It was the assassin, who says, They were not merciful at all. They killed him. Qin Feng realizes, his master must have killed him. It seems his master didn't want the truth to come out. At that moment, many people arrive holding torches, shouting, Hurry! Catch the thief! Don't let him escape! Qin Feng thinks, It looks like I've fallen into a trap. He was surrounded by many people. Qin Feng realizes that all of them are level 8 experts. There's no way I can escape from this. Then Lin Leng steps forward and sneers. Did you forget, Qin Feng? You had me beaten badly in the mine. And now, inside Fangmin City, you've fallen straight into my trap. This time, you won't escape. Qin Feng replies coldly. So it was you who sent people to kill me. He thinks to himself, I knew Lin Lang was capable of this. I don't have many enemies, he's the obvious one. Lin Lang pretends innocence. I have no idea what you're talking about. All we know is that you killed someone inside the city lord's mansion, and we caught you red-handed. Qin Feng realizes, this is the city lord's mansion. Fangmin City's lord is supported by the Qin family, and Lin Lang dared to frame a Qin family member here. He won't escape punishment. Qin Feng says aloud, you're using the city lord's authority against me. Do you even know who the city lord really is? At that moment, the city lord steps out and says, Mr. Qin, are you talking about me? He turns to Lin Lang and says sternly, didn't I tell you? If you're arranging an assassination, do it properly. You've ruined everything. Lin Lang bows respectfully. Yes, Godfather. Please forgive me. This was my mistake. Qin Feng was shocked. Godfather? But aren't you connected to the Qin family? The city lord laughs and says, I'm not loyal to your family. Yes, your Qin family supported me greatly, but that doesn't matter anymore. He orders his guards, arrest Qin Feng. Then the city lord continues coldly, you know Lin Lang's sister, Lin Xuan, right? She's your former fiancée. She has joined one of the top 3 sects, the Immortal Moon Palace sect. Not only that, she has become the 3rd prince's concubine. With this backing, I can confidently say that your Qin family will soon be removed from the top 5 families. The Lin family will take your place. Who cares about a declining family like yours? With a young master like you, your family will sink even further. Lin Lang steps forward and asks, Godfather, what are you going to do with Qin Feng? The city lord smiles, don't worry, I'll create a perfect excuse. The Qin family won't be able to interfere, and I'll kill this bastard easily. Scene shifts to the prison beneath the city lord's mansion. Qin Feng sits inside, thinking, I made a huge mistake. I never expected the city lord to be so treacherous and to side with the Lin family. Suddenly, a hole opens in the wall, and Shenqi crawls inside. Qin Feng was shocked. How did you get in here? Shenqi replies anxiously, Young master, how could you fall into such an obvious trap? Qin Feng asks calmly, what exactly happened? Shenqi explains, the city lord's people say you killed 2 royal guards because of Lin Xuan, your former fiancée. That's why they plan to execute you tomorrow morning. Qin Feng smiles coldly, so they want to kill me. He thinks, I thought I'd be imprisoned or punished, but this city lord is far worse than I expected. He wants to kill me just to gain favor with the Lin family. He even dragged the royal family into this. The royal family is the strongest of all. Even if they kill me, the Qin family won't be able to say anything. They'll only be left with anger. Shenqi urgently says, Master, let's escape now. The guards just changed shifts. There's no one here. I worked very hard to dig this tunnel. This is our only chance. Qin Feng shakes his head. I didn't kill any royal guards. I did nothing wrong. So why should I run? Shenqi pleads, Master, this isn't the time for logic. No one will listen to you or believe you. Qin Feng replies firmly, I am a member of the Qin family. I will not flee in disgrace. I will walk out of here properly. Then Qin Feng kicks Shenqi lightly and says, You leave first. If they find you here, you'll be caught too. Shenqi hesitates. Please don't do this. But guards suddenly arrive, saying everything is fine here. Shenqi escapes just in time. After they leave, Qin Feng thinks, it looks like I have no choice but to use it. Lin Lang, you called the city lord your father, didn't you? Let's see whose father is stronger, yours or mine. You forced me to do this. Qin Feng fires a signal flare, sending a bright symbol into the sky. The signal was seen by the Qin family, and their people immediately rushed toward the mansion. Qin Feng thought to himself, now those bastards won't escape. A short while later, all the Qin family members arrived and said respectfully, Lord, you called for us. What do you need from us? Qin Feng replied coldly, some people here have dared to offend your lord. In a moment, you will fight and eliminate all of them. Not a single enemy is to be left alive. Scene shifts to the next morning. Shenqi and the other guards were heading toward the execution ground, where Qin Feng was supposed to be executed. Shenqi said firmly, Don't be sad. Our young master will definitely survive. He's a true genius. There's no way he can die so easily. The other guards nodded in agreement. As they reached the ground, they saw a huge crowd gathered there. People were saying, the body has already been hanged. The execution was carried out very quickly. Seeing a body hanging there, Shenqi and the guards broke down in tears. Shenqi cried, How is this possible? Those bastards actually killed our young master. Young master, please forgive us. We failed to protect you. Suddenly, Qin Feng walked out from the side and said casually, Shenqi, why are you shouting so loudly? Did you bring my breakfast? Shenqi and the guards froze in shock. Then they rushed forward and hugged Qin Feng. "Young master, you're alive! We're so happy to see you." Qin Feng pushed them away and said quietly, "Get away, everyone is watching." He continued calmly, "Lin Lang claimed the city lord was his godfather, but his father was nowhere near as capable as mine. That's why Lin Lang lost his godfather, and the man hanging there is now the former city lord." Shenqi asked in disbelief, "Young master, how did you kill him? Did you do all this by yourself?" Qin Feng replied, "Are you stupid? Of course not. I used this." Shenqi's eyes widened. "That's the Qin family's war order, isn't it?" Qin Feng nodded. "You're right. I used the war order. It's the Qin family's most precious treasure. With it, we can mobilize the family's military power at any time. Using it, you can summon help from anywhere within 100 kilometers. Those who respond will help without asking a single question." Hearing this, Shenqi asked, "So what orders did you give?" Qin Feng replied calmly, "Isn't it obvious? I ordered that everyone standing with Lin Lang be killed. That's why the city lord is dead. But it's a pity the war order can only be used once. My father worked for the Qin family for many years and only ever received one. I wish I had more." Shenqi said sincerely, "Young master, you did an outstanding job." Then he asked, "But where is that bastard Lin Lang? Did he escape again?" Qin Feng smiled coldly. "He can't escape. Come, I'll show you where he is." Scene shifted. Qin Feng leads his people to Lin Lang. Lin Lang was in miserable condition. People were throwing trash at him, shouting, "You're a despicable person. You tried to frame a good man." Lin Lang cries, "I admit it, I made a huge mistake. Qin Feng didn't kill anyone, I did. Everything that happened was my doing." Shenqi looks at the hole nearby and says, "This is the same tunnel I dug. Why is there a dog inside it now?" "Young master, this guy is a disease. He keeps causing us trouble. Why don't we just kill him?" Qin Feng shakes his head. "No, we can't kill him. His sister has become very powerful. If we kill him openly, it could start a war between families. Don't worry, I've already scared him badly. After killing the city lord, I'm still standing here unharmed. That alone proves how strong the Qin family is. No family can touch us without proof." Shenqi clenches his fists. "I'm so angry. If we can't kill him, can we at least beat him?" Qin Feng looks at everyone and says, "Fine, you can beat him." The guards immediately rush forward and beat Lin Lang mercilessly. Later, as everyone leaves, Lin Lang lies on the ground, badly injured, shouting, "You beat me so brutally. I won't let this go." Scene shifted. At night, several people approach Lin Lang. He panics and says, "Are you from the Qin family? Please don't kill me. Let me go." But one man attacks him and quickly frees him from his restraints. "Master, are you all right?" Another man steps forward. "My name is Yun Qi. Don't worry, Mr. Lin Lang. We're all your people. Your sister is marrying His Highness the Third Prince. On the Third Prince's orders, our family has come to take you back." Lin Lang sighs in relief. "I finally survived. That Qin Feng trapped me horribly. Thank you so much for coming." Then Lin Lang says fiercely, "Yun Qi, help me destroy the Qin family. If that doesn't happen, I won't return to the capital." Yun Qi replies carefully, "His Highness ordered me to take you back safely, but I was not ordered to kill anyone. I can't act without orders." Lin Lang sneers, "If you help me, I'll ask my sister to recommend you before the emperor, and I'll give you half of my black iron ore. Its value is enormous." Yun Qi smiles slightly. "If that's the case, how could I possibly refuse? Your request will be honored." Yun Qi said coldly, "Go. Both of you go and bring back Qin Feng's head." We see that both men were at the third level of the body tempering realm. Watching them leave, Lin Lang thinks confidently, "These two are body tempering experts. They'll easily kill Qin Feng. Let's see if Qin Feng survives this time." The scene shifts to the Qin family residence. Qin Feng was tied up and Hao Chen was sleeping beside him. Qin Feng thinks, everything happening here started just a few hours ago. A few hours earlier, Shenqi says anxiously, "Master, you're planning to go into the Mystic Forest." Hao Chen panics and says, "You'll die if you go there, master." Qin Feng asks calmly, "What do you mean? Just because I'm going into the Mystic Forest, I'll die? I'm an alchemist. I have to go collect medicinal herbs. Otherwise, what will I refine pills with?" Shenqi replies urgently, "Master, you don't understand how dangerous the Mystic Forest is. Anyone who goes in never comes back. The entire forest is filled with poisonous mist, savage beasts, and deadly insects. Our medicine garden used to be part of the Mystic Forest. To secure even a small portion of it, our family lost many warriors. That's why we absolutely cannot let you go there." Qin Feng sighs and thinks, "That's why I'm in this situation right now. They tied me up to stop me. But strangely enough, I don't feel bad at all. Being close to Hao Chen actually feels nice." Suddenly, Qin Feng hears strange noises outside. He frowns. The medicine garden sounds strange. Using his sixth sense, he looks outside and sees two body tempering experts slaughtering his guards. One of them says, "We don't want to kill useless people. We're here to kill Qin Feng." Qin Feng thinks in shock. Two body tempering realm experts. Why are they here? He snaps the ropes binding his hands and thinks, what do I do now? No key and blood cultivator can defeat a body tempering expert. The strongest person in our garden is only at the 9th level. How can we fight them? Just then, Qin Feng steps outside to relieve himself. Seeing this, the two masters sneer. Finally, that bastard Qin Feng has come out. One of them lunges forward and attacks. Qin Feng was struck and his head sent flying to the side, crashing to the ground. The masters laugh. Killing him was too easy. We just need to take his head and head back. But at that moment, they realize something is wrong. The body on the ground isn't Qin Feng at all. It's a dummy. Enraged, they shout, "Damn it! That bastard Qin Feng has escaped!" Qin Feng's voice comes from behind them. Two body tempering experts fooled by a kid. At your level, you still think you can kill me? You'll never succeed. Qin Feng mounts his horse and rides away. One expert snarls, "He knew we were coming. That's why he prepared everything in advance." Qin Feng thinks while riding, "I had to leave to protect the others. Otherwise, those bastards would have injured more people." The experts mock him. That idiot should have stayed and called for help instead of running. They chase after him. As Qin Feng rides, he throws pills at their faces. He thinks confidently, "Their cultivation is higher than mine, but I'm a 1,000-year-old alchemist. Catching me won't be easy." The experts shout in pain, "My eyes are burning." Qin Feng smirks. "These idiots got hit by such a small trick. I might actually have a chance to defeat them." He activates his sixth sense, thinking, "With sixth sense I can see night like day. My perception is greatly enhanced. Escaping fools like them is easy." But suddenly, they attack again. Dodging desperately, Qin Feng realizes something is wrong. He sees they've killed his horse. One expert says, "We killed him." The other corrects him, "No, we killed his horse." Qin Feng observes carefully and realizes they're blind, but they're hunter-type killers. They track prey like monsters using smell. That's why they weren't fooled by the dummy. One expert shouts, "I can smell him." They resume the chase. Qin Feng thinks quickly, "They're tracking me by scent. To escape, I need to tear my clothes and scatter the scent." He does exactly that. One hunter laughs, "So you figured it out. We're tracking you by smell, but you have no idea where you're running. Ahead of you is only death." Qin Feng suddenly stops. It's a cliff, and beyond it lies the mystic forest. He clenches his fists. "What should I do? Behind me are hunters. Ahead is the forest." The hunters advance slowly, mocking him. "Won't you go forward? Don't you have the courage to enter the mystic forest? If you go in, you'll die from the poisonous mist. It's better to die by our hands. We'll kill you quickly and painlessly. If you don't obey, we'll throw you into the forest. And that death will be far more miserable." Qin Feng suddenly crushed a Tianlu fruit in his hand and said calmly, "Who's afraid of death?" With that, he leaped straight into the mystic forest. As he fell, Qin Feng shouted, "I would never die at the hands of dogs like you. I'd rather be killed by monsters." The two experts stared in shock. He really jumped. Looks like he's in love with death. He jumped straight into the mystic forest. One of them sneered. Does he think he's some kind of chosen one who can survive after entering the mystic forest? Even falling from such a height would kill most people. Add the poisonous mist and countless dangerous beasts, there's no way he'll come back alive. Looks like it's time to collect our reward. The two experts laughed. He must be screaming in pain right now, regretting why he jumped. But whatever, we'll still get paid. Inside the mystic forest, Qin Feng smiled and said to himself, "I really regret not coming here earlier. I should have come much sooner. This place is a treasure mountain for alchemists. There are medicinal herbs everywhere. I'm so happy I feel like shouting. Those two idiots must think I'm dead. They have no idea I used the Tianlu fruit, which neutralized all the poison here. That's why I can move around freely. At least for now, my life is safe. But the effect of the Tianlu fruit won't last long. If the poison spreads through my body, I'll be in trouble. For now, I need to refine a poison prevention pill and an animal repelling pill." He gathered the herbs around him and nodded. "The quality of these herbs is excellent." 2 hours later, Qin Feng finished refining the pills. Because of the animal repelling pill, a blood raccoon appeared nearby. Qin Feng said excitedly, "Blood raccoons are extremely difficult to catch, but thanks to my pill, it came here and passed out. This proves my pill's quality is exceptional." Looking at the blood raccoon and nearby trees, Qin Feng suddenly got an idea. "I was wondering how I'd deal with those two experts. Looks like I finally found a way. The next morning, the two experts enter the forest. That kid must have fallen somewhere around here. Why can't we find him? Suddenly, they spot Qin Feng lying nearby. One expert says, looks like he suffered a lot and died from the poisonous mist. Let's cut off his head and take it back. Our mission will be complete. As they move to do so, Qin Feng suddenly throws several pills at them. However, since both are body tempering experts, they block the attack easily. He's not dead, the other expert says cautiously. He might not be dead, but his body must be full of poison. Qin Feng sighs, I miscalculated. I thought I could kill you, even if I am at Qi and Blood Realm, but I couldn't even touch you. You're professional hunters, right? You must know a lot about poison. Let me ask you something. What happens if blood raccoon blood mixes with miasma tree mist? The hunters exchange looks. Very few people know this. If those two combine, it creates an extremely deadly poison. Blood raccoons are very hard to catch, but if someone obtains their blood, they can knock anyone unconscious in 10 seconds. Even a body tempering expert. Qin Feng smiles. Good. Start counting. 10 seconds will pass very quickly. A thick mist suddenly spreads around them. The hunters panic. How is this possible? One expert shouts, that bastard tricked us. We didn't even realize we were breathing poison. Qin Feng explains calmly, I previously obtained some blood raccoon blood. There's also a miasma tree nearby. When you arrived, I pretended to attack you, but in reality, I attacked the tree to release the mist. And now you've fallen into my trap. The two experts rage. We won't let this bastard live. They rush toward Qin Feng. Qin Feng shakes his head. You're too late. It doesn't matter anymore. Blood begins leaking from their bodies. Moments later, both collapse unconscious. Qin Feng says calmly, a normal person wouldn't be affected much by this poison, but your greatest strength is your sense of smell. That's why you were knocked out so quickly. Qin Feng notices several blood raccoons nearby. As he walks away, he says with a smile, my friends, you helped me a lot. If you hadn't given me your blood, I would have died here. Today's breakfast is on me. The blood raccoons then begin eating the unconscious hunters. The scene shifts to the medicine garden. Yunqi and Lin Leng arrive with their men. Seeing them, Shenqi angrily says, what do you mean by saying our young master is dead? How is that even possible? You're just talking nonsense. Yunqi tosses something forward and says, look at this. Shenqi gasps, yes, this belongs to the young master's horse. He used to travel everywhere on it. Yunqi continues, your young master's blood is scattered throughout the forest. From the signs, it looks like he entered the mystic forest. Lin Leng adds coldly, if someone enters the mystic forest, they won't survive. It's an extremely dangerous place. Shenqi and the others stand frozen in shock, thinking, the young master did say he planned to enter the mystic forest. But did he really go in? Will he never return? Lin Leng sighs dramatically. Qin Feng was a good person, but he died because of his foolish decision. And according to the rules, since your leader is dead, both the medicine garden and the black iron mine now belong to me. They were originally mine anyway. Royal guards, throw these people out. This property is ours now. Shenqi panics internally. These are royal guards. Without the young master, how can we stop them? Suddenly a calm voice speaks from behind. You don't need to worry about my family. I'm here. Qin Feng walks forward confidently. Yunqi and Lin Leng freeze in shock. What? Qin Feng isn't dead? Lin Leng stammers. Didn't you enter the mystic forest? How are you still alive? Qin Feng replies indifferently. I went into the mystic forest. So what? What business is it of yours whether I lived or died or what I did there? Inside, Qin Feng thinks. So it really was these two who planned my assassination. Yunqi steps forward and says, I'm here to discuss the black iron mine. You should know which family I belong to, so I expect respectful behavior. Shenqi thinks nervously. He's from the royal family, the strongest family of all. How will the young master deal with him? Qin Feng steps forward and says coldly, I don't care which family you belong to. But let me be clear, my temper is terrible. If you anger me, I'll kill you, even if you're from the Qin family itself. Do you remember the city lord from a few days ago? He originally belonged to the Qin family, but he betrayed us just to please the royal forces. That's why I had him killed. Do you know what I used to do it? The Qin family's war order. I used it just last night. The people you sent are probably already torn into pieces. You won't even find their bodies. And now, I don't need to worry anymore. If anyone dares threaten me, I'll just use it again. Oh, forgive me, Mr. Yunqi. You were saying you represent someone, right? I didn't even let you finish. Yunqi's expression darkens as he thinks. The Qin family's war order is terrifying. I can't confront him right now. If he uses it again, I'll definitely die. He immediately changes his tone and laughs nervously. We only came to check whether the young master was safe. Now that we've seen you're fine, we'll take our leave. Qin Feng waves dismissively. The medicine garden is quite dirty right now, so I won't invite you in. Yunqi and Lin Lang quickly respond. No problem at all. We were in a hurry anyway. Goodbye, young master. They immediately turn and flee. Shenqi asked, Master, you already used the war order earlier. Then where did this new one come from? Qin Feng replied calmly, This is just an empty war order. I already used the real one before. This was only meant to scare those idiots. Then Hua Chen stepped forward and said anxiously, Master, where were you? We were really worried about you. Qin Feng replied, I went to the Mystic Forest. I brought back a lot of medicines, and I even bought a new horse to carry all the herbs. Soon, the horse arrived, but it was in terrible condition. When they opened the bag, everyone was shocked by the high-quality medicines inside. Qin Feng said, I haven't slept all night, so I'm going to rest now. Shenqi watched him and thought, the master has changed a lot. Our young master was never like this before. The narrator then explains that after the incident, Lin Lang went to the capital because his sister was getting married. Meanwhile, Yunqi stayed in Qin Feng's town to keep an eye on him. On the way to the capital, Lin Lang said angrily, I'm exhausted. Even after fighting so many times, I still lost to Qin Feng. At the same time, Qin Feng was thinking, Yunqi still hasn't left the town. It seems they're still planning something against me. I can't just sit here and wait for death. I need to grow stronger. Qin Feng then called Shenqi and said, Today is the third autumn. From today onward, double the salaries of all the guards. Shenqi was shocked and asked, Double their salaries? What does that mean? Qin Feng replied, I'm forming a team that will go with me to clear the Mystic Forest. Shenqi exclaimed, Master, what are you saying? Are you talking about going into the forbidden area of the Mystic Forest? Qin Feng answered calmly, Don't worry about that. First, gather everyone here. Qin Feng thought to himself, Many people have tried to explore the Mystic Forest, but none have returned alive. Before entering, I must form a team and train them properly so I can return safely without losses. Soon, all the soldiers gathered. They said, Master, are you joking? Who would ever want to enter the Mystic Forest? Qin Feng replied firmly, I'm not joking. I'm forming a team that will enter the Mystic Forest. But before that, you must pass a selection process. Anyone who passes will have their salary tripled. The soldiers asked, Who will train us? Commander Shenqi? Qin Feng replied, Teamwork is crucial. That's why I will personally train all of you. Hearing this, the soldiers whispered among themselves, Is the master serious? Has he gone mad this early in the morning? Qin Feng shouted, Hey, where are you all going? Meanwhile, Shenqi thought, The young master is foolish. His cultivation is already ruined. He's the weakest person in the entire medicine garden. Why would any soldier believe in him? Qin Feng laughed and said, It's fine if they don't believe me. Come on, Shenqi, we're going to buy weapons. As Shenqi followed him, he thought, the young master survived once, and now he thinks he's a genius who can survive the Mystic Forest again. The scene then shifts to Yunqi, who was furious. What did you say? That war order Qin Feng showed was fake? The informant replied, Yes, master, it was fake. Qin Feng only had one real war order, which he already used in Fanmin City. The one he showed you was empty. Yunqi angrily threw a bowl on the ground and shouted, How dare that bastard try to fool me? The bowl landed near Yulong's feet. Yulong said angrily, How dare you provoke me? I've been talking all this time, and you haven't even looked at me. I'll destroy you right here. Yulong threw a punch, but Yunqi casually blocked it with one hand. Yunqi asked, Do you belong to the Qin family? Do you know Qin Feng? Yulong replied angrily, Don't talk to me about that bastard. I hate him. Yunqi laughed and said, That's great. Seems like you hate Qin Feng just as much as I do. Please, sit down. I want to discuss something with you. Yulong said, I hate Qin Feng. He provoked me, and I want to kill him too. They both sat down and began talking. Yunqi said, So Qin Feng is an alchemist with incredible luck. Yunqi thought, Now I understand how he survived the Mystic Forest and poisoned those two experts so easily. Yulong said, Do you know what an alchemist needs the most? Medicines. And Qin Feng gets all his medicines from the medicine garden. We must destroy his medicine garden at any cost. Yunqi replied, I belong to the royal family. If I take action directly, it could cause serious trouble, maybe even a war between the royal family and the Qin family. Yulong said, We don't need to do it ourselves. Have you heard of the boiling blood pill? Yunqi replied, The pill that attracts beasts? Yulong nodded, Yes. Iron Bull beasts are currently migrating near the village. If even one is attracted here, it could easily destroy the medicine garden. I only need money to buy the pill. Can you provide it? Yunqi replied coldly, if it's about killing Qin Feng, I'll spend any amount of money. The scene shifts to Qin Feng, who is refining body tempering pills. He says, using a single Tianlu fruit, I can refine 24 pills, which are extremely useful at the body tempering level. Normal alchemists struggle to refine these, but as an alchemy god, medicine means nothing to me. I can refine pills even with my eyes closed. Qin Feng then uses another Tianlu fruit and successfully refines 24 pills. Qin Feng says, it's been many years since I last refined such low-level pills. Let's eat one and check its quality. As soon as Qin Feng eats the pill, he says, the quality is extremely good. If body tempering pills of this level appear on the market, it will cause huge problems. If I want to sell these pills in the future, I'll have to deliberately lower their quality. Suddenly, Qin Feng's body breaks through to the next level. He says, the effect is amazing. Just by eating one pill, I've already leveled up. If I take another pill, my body could improve even more. But leveling up too quickly might put excessive pressure on my body. After thinking for a moment, Qin Feng eats another pill and says, I can afford to take a small risk. Outside, Hua Chen was standing guard. She thinks, Master is cultivating inside. Brother Shen Qi told me that Master was once at the peak of Qi and Blood Realm, but after fighting with his fiancée, his strength dropped drastically. It looks like Master is trying to regain his lost power. I should stand guard here, so no one disturbs him. Meanwhile, the nearby mountain has been completely destroyed, and the smell of blood-boiling pills spreads everywhere. A guard in the medicine garden shouts, everyone be careful, a very powerful beast is coming. Hua Chen says nervously, a beast is heading this way? But the young master is still in the middle of his breakthrough. How are we supposed to deal with it? Suddenly, the gates of the medicine garden were smashed open, and an iron bull charges inside. The guards shout, it's an iron bull, a body-tempering third-level beast. Its defense is extremely strong. Who can possibly fight it? The iron bull starts killing the guards one by one. Just then, an arrow flies toward the beast, knocking it to the ground. The arrow was shot by Hua Chen. Everyone shouts in relief, Hua Chen is amazing. She saved all of us. But the iron bull quickly stands back up and resumes its attack. Nearby, Yulong watches everything and says coldly, our plan succeeded. None of them will survive. The medicine garden will be destroyed, and so will their young master. Yun Qi adds, die a good death, Qin Feng. That way I'll receive a great reward. The iron bull charges toward Hua Chen again. She fires more arrows, but they have no effect. Hua Chen grips her spear tightly and says, the young master is behind me. I can't let this evil beast pass. Even if I die here, it doesn't matter. She attacks the iron bull, forcing it to stop, but her arm is severely injured. Yulong says smugly, the iron bull is about to reach Qin Feng. That bastard will die right before our eyes. Just as the iron bull is about to kill Hua Chen, Qin Feng suddenly appears, saving her. Qin Feng shouts angrily, how dare you touch my people? I'll definitely kill you. He then tells Hua Chen, stay here. I'll go kill that beast. Hua Chen says anxiously, Master, how will you kill it? That beast is at body tempering 3rd level, while you're only at blood refinement 7th level. You're no match for it. Qin Feng replies confidently, don't worry. I'm not dying here. I can kill that bull easily. Yulong sneers. Shen Qi isn't here today. He went to buy weapons with the guards. That's why I sent the iron bull here. If Shen Qi were here, he would have protected his master. But now no one can save him. The iron bull charges straight at Qin Feng. The guards shout, Master, please step back. You'll be killed. Qin Feng calmly replies, why are you panicking? I told you, I can kill it. He slashes the iron bull, injuring it badly. Everyone was shocked. Yulong exclaims, how did he cut the iron bull's armor? The guards shout in disbelief, the young master injured a body-tempering beast. Qin Feng explains, normally martial arts can only be practiced after reaching the body-tempering level. But my case is different. I possess countless techniques from my past life, techniques I couldn't use before because my cultivation base was destroyed. Now that I've broken through that barrier, cultivation levels mean nothing to me. With my knowledge alone, I can kill even high-level beasts. He throws his dagger at the iron bull and charges forward. I'll use my movement technique, moonwalk, Qin Feng says. With it, my steps make no sound and my agility and speed increase dramatically. The guards shout in panic, Master, don't do this. If you get close, it will kill you. As Qin Feng approaches, the iron bull launches a devastating attack, shattering the ground. Yulong laughs. That bastard is dead. But suddenly, Qin Feng appears in the air and says, "Moonwalk is a dangerous technique. It not only increases speed and agility but also allows you to analyze your opponent, predicting their moves and identifying their weak points." Qin Feng continues, "Now I'll use my transformation art to concentrate all my energy into a single punch." He unleashes a terrifying attack. Everyone was stunned by its power. Yulong mutters in shock, "That power is even greater than the Iron Bull's. Is he really human or a monster?" The guards shout excitedly, "Our young master killed a body-tempering beast." Hua Chen says proudly, "Our young master is truly extraordinary." Qin Feng looks at everyone and asks, "Now that you've seen my power, who here still doesn't want to train under me?" All the guards shout together, "Master, please train us. We want to train under you." Qin Feng nods and says, "Fine, training will begin tomorrow." Qin Feng sniffed the air and said, "This is the scent of a boiling blood pill. It must be because of this pill's smell that the Iron Bull came here. But who would place such an expensive pill here?" Qin Feng then activated his transformation art, allowing him to see clearly. He noticed Yulong and Yun Qi fighting with each other on a cliff. Yun Qi shouted angrily, "This is your fault, Yulong. Because of your stupid idea, I wasted a huge amount of money." Yulong replied, "My idea wasn't wrong. I thought the pill was fake. That's why no powerful beast came, only a weak beast showed up." While they were arguing, both of them slipped and fell off the cliff. Their guards shouted in panic, "Where did our masters go?" When they looked down, they saw both of them lying below, badly injured. Seeing this, Qin Feng said calmly, "They got what they deserved." The next day, all the guards gathered in the training ground. They said excitedly, "Master, the pills you gave us were incredibly effective. That Iron Bull injured me badly, but I fully recovered with just one pill." Qin Feng replied, "All the medicine I gave you was refined by my master. If you perform well in the future, you'll receive even better pills." The guards replied gratefully, "Both our master and our master's master are truly amazing." Qin Feng continued, "Hua Chen contributed the most during this incident, so she will receive a special reward. All the guards who helped that day will receive body-tempering pills from me. From now on, you must perform even better, because in 15 days, I'll decide which guards will come with me and which won't." The scene shifts to Cloud Shadow Town, where people are gossiping. "Did you hear? Our young master is taking people into the Mystic Forest. It sounds like he wants them to die. No one who has entered that forest has ever returned alive." Soon, people start placing bets, saying that none of Qin Feng's team will survive. At that moment, Yun Qi arrives and says, "You're all right. None of them will survive. They'll all die. Everyone here must bet that they'll survive. Anyone who refuses is going against the royal family." The townspeople cried as they placed their bets, saying, "This is extortion. Everyone knows they won't survive, yet we're forced to bet that they will. How are we supposed to make money?" Yun Qi thought to himself, "I know this is wrong, but I have no choice. I spent a fortune buying that boiling blood pill. I must recover the money. I'll also send my men into the Mystic Forest to infiltrate the Qin family's team and kill them. This time, Qin Feng won't survive." A few days later, Shenqi reported, "Master, everyone is ready." After the selection process, 12 people remain. They're elite guards who worked extremely hard to pass the tests. Most of them are equipped with long-range weapons like daggers, bows, and arrows. Qin Feng stepped forward and said, "Remember this well. This is our first time entering the Mystic Forest, and surviving there is extremely difficult. But I trust all of you. After my training, you'll perform well. Failure is not an option, only success is allowed." Soon they entered the Mystic Forest. Qin Feng said, "This place is extremely dangerous. The most dangerous thing here is the fog. But thanks to our pills, we don't need to worry about it. The next biggest threats are the beasts and insects. If you panic when encountering them, you will definitely die. To clear this area, I'll divide you into 3 teams, each with 4 people. Each team will head in a different direction. I'll move ahead to clear the path, just follow my lead." Qin Feng thought, "With my transformation art and 6 senses, I can easily sense everything here. As long as they obey my commands, no one will die." Some guards whispered behind him, "Look at how confidently the young master speaks, as if he's been here thousands of times. This is his first time too." Another replied, "You're right. What if we don't follow him and take another path? We could bring back more loot and impress him." Thinking this, they split off on their own. Suddenly, an insect attacked one of them. Qin Feng turned back and said, "Something's wrong." Before he could finish, another guard killed the insect and said proudly, "I've trained for a month. I can easily handle small insects like this." Another praised him, "You're amazing. Great job." but moments later, a swarm of insects rushed toward them. Qin Feng shouted angrily, "Are you all insane? I told you not to do anything without my permission. Killing even one insect attracted all the others. Form the formation I taught you. Now." The knights began forming up, but the one who attacked earlier froze in place. Another shouted, "Why aren't you joining the formation? Why are you standing still?" The knight said in despair, "I can handle 1 or 2 enemies, but we can't deal with this many beasts. We're all going to die." The others cried, "It's over. We're all dead." At that moment, Qin Feng charged forward, slaughtering the monsters. He shouted, "Idiots, listen to me. I won't let anyone die today." He unleashed a powerful attack, killing many beasts. When more monsters tried to attack the knights, Qin Feng stepped in front and took all the attacks himself. The knights shouted in disbelief, "Master is protecting us with his own body. Our young master is incredible." Shen Qi and Hua Chen rushed forward and said, "Master, we're coming to help." Qin Feng was badly injured but kept killing the beasts relentlessly. He muttered, "This is getting harder and harder to handle." Finally, Hua Chen cried, "Our young master killed all the centipedes by himself." The knights began crying in relief and shouted, "We survived! We're alive!" Qin Feng then grabs the collar of the first knight and says angrily, "I already told you that everyone here must follow my orders. Why did you act on your own? Don't you realize that because of your reckless behavior, everyone here could have died? You all started trembling the moment you faced a single monster. Do you have no courage at all? Then what was the point of the 1 month of training we went through?" After saying this, Qin Feng suddenly drops to his knees. All the knights nearby speak in guilt. "Because of us, young master's condition became much worse. This is entirely our fault." Qin Feng replies firmly, "I'm fine. I was poisoned by an iron centipede. I just need to take some pills to recover." At that moment, 4 knights kneel down and say, "Master, this is all our fault. We didn't follow your orders and acted on our own. As punishment, we will leave the team. Because of us, everyone here almost died. It wouldn't be right for us to stay." As they start to leave, Qin Feng throws a few pills toward them and says, "Why are you leaving? I know why you did all this. Your parents are seriously ill, and you needed a lot of money for their treatment, right? But if you leave now, what will happen to your parents?" The knights open the bag and exclaim in shock, "These are elixir pills. They're extremely expensive." Qin Feng steps forward and says calmly, "Even heroes make mistakes. That doesn't mean they stop being heroes. If you make a mistake, correct it. And even if you fall, you can't stand up again unless you first recover, both physically and mentally." The knights say worriedly, "Master, your condition is already very serious. How can we stay with you?" Qin Feng replies, "It's fine, stay with me for now. Once I feel we've reached a safe place, I'll personally escort you out. I can't bear to watch you die." Scene shifted. They move deeper into the forest, a place known as Queen of Heaven. Qin Feng thinks to himself, "The pills I took were too low level. A simple centipede poison has been inside my body for 3 days, and I still haven't recovered. It seems I'll have to use my transformation art to heal myself. Otherwise, my body could stay like this for days. The worst part is that until I recover, I can't fight. I can only pray that I recover soon, otherwise no one here will make it out alive." Suddenly, a voice comes from outside. Poison insects are approaching. Qin Feng rushes out and sees countless blood-web spiders charging toward them, along with an entire monster army. Qin Feng shouts, "All of you, run! I'll hold them back." He thinks to himself, "My team is still too weak. They've never fought this many monsters before. I can't fight properly either, but at least I can buy them time to escape." But suddenly, a knight shouts, "Everyone, form a defensive formation. Even if we all die today, we will not let them touch the master." The knights begin attacking the monsters fiercely. Watching them, Qin Feng thinks, they know how to form formations. They also know how to use pills to keep monsters at bay. The spiders begin covering the area with silk. Qin Feng mutters, "I know they can't jump, but they can climb easily using their silk. Throwing cloth won't help." A knight says confidently, "Master, that's exactly what we want. Once they spin their silk, we'll burn it." As expected, the knights set the silk on fire. Qin Feng thinks they managed to stop the monsters. But suddenly, a monster charges through the flames. A knight shouts in panic, "Run, the Spider Queen is here." Qin Feng says grimly, "Yes, we can't handle that. She's extremely strong." Just then, the same knights who had earlier made mistakes step forward and say, "Master, everything we learned in battle, we learned it from you. You also taught us that when facing an enemy we can't defeat, we must take a risk. You once took a risk to save us. Now it's our turn to save you." Saying this, all 4 charge forward, and pierce the Spider Queen's eyes. After killing her, they laugh and say, "Master, while you were healing, we kept recalling our training. Because of you, we've discovered our true potential. Now we're not afraid to fight any monster. And Master, don't carry everything alone anymore. You have a team now. We'll handle it together." Qin Feng thinks in disbelief. They killed all the monsters, and they didn't panic at all. Laughing, he says, "I understand now. So tell me, what's our goal?" Shenqi answers, "Going home." Qin Feng laughs. "Home? Who's going home? We're conquering this entire forest together." All the knights cheer, "Yes, Master." Next evening, many people were waiting outside the forest. Everyone who placed bets was praying, "Please let even one member of the Qin family survive. Otherwise we'll lose everything." Yunqi was sitting there confidently, saying, "No one will survive. They're all dead. At least I'll make a lot of money from Qin Feng's death." Suddenly someone shouts, "Look toward the forest. Someone's coming." People cheer excitedly. "That's great. If even one person comes out, we'll get our money back." But then someone says, "Oh, it was just a bird." Panic spreads through the crowd. "We're finished. We won't get a single coin back." Yunqi steps forward and says smugly, "I told you, Qin Feng and his people would never return." He orders his guards, "Take their money." The crowd begs, "Please, Master. If you take everything, how will we feed our families?" Yunqi snaps, "I told you to pay, so pay. I represent the royal family. If you dare argue, I'll use my family's power." You can imagine what happens next. Suddenly, a voice comes from behind. "I had a feeling something shady was going on here. That's why I sent my bird to check. And it seems there was some gambling happening." Everyone turns to see Qin Feng walking out. Yunqi stares in shock. "How are you still alive?" Qin Feng laughs. "Not just me. Everyone survived. Not a single member of my team died. And we brought back a lot of loot as well." Yunqi's eyes nearly pop out of his head in disbelief. Everyone starts cheering happily and says, "Our young master is truly amazing. He saved our money." Yunqi, furious, says, "Let's get out of here." Qin Feng steps forward and says coldly, "Where do you think you're going? You lost money to the people of my Yunjin town, so you must return it to them." Yunqi replies arrogantly, "I represent the power of the royal family. Even if I refuse to pay, what can you do to me?" Qin Feng calmly answers, "You're right. I can't do anything to you directly, but I can make one thing very famous, that you refused to return people's money. And since you claim to represent the royal family, that would mean the royal family refuses to return money to common people. If the royal family finds out you've been using their name to do things like this, who knows what they'll do to you." Hearing this, Yunqi becomes extremely nervous. Half an hour later, Yunqi and his guards are left stripped of almost everything. Yunqi begs, "I don't have all the money. Can you at least return my clothes and armor? How am I supposed to go home like this?" Qin Feng replies mockingly, "We spared your life. That alone should be enough." Yunqi snaps angrily, "Say another word and I'll destroy your family." Then Yunqi runs away crying and shouts, "I'll remember this humiliation forever. Just wait, I'll kill you with my own hands." The crowd bursts into laughter. A little girl asks innocently, "Father, where did that uncle's pants go?" All the townspeople bow to Qin Feng and say, "Thank you so much, young master. If you weren't here today, we would have lost all our money." Qin Feng replies, "Don't thank me. Everything I did was for myself. I'll be entering this forest again and again from now on, so I'll need your support. You can help by crafting equipment for us and assisting with buying and selling supplies." The people reply eagerly, "You've already helped us more than enough. We'll handle everything for you." 3 days later, Yunqi and his guards are seen elsewhere. Yunqi says angrily, "I don't know how that bastard Qin Feng made it out of the forest. Because of him, we can't even go home properly." Suddenly a man approaches them and says, "The royal family has received information. Qin Feng has the support of a mysterious master, a powerful alchemist. That master is the reason people can safely enter the forest." Yunqi turns around sharply and asks, "You mentioned the royal family. Who are you?" The man replies, "I'm a first-grade alchemist, sent from the capital by Mr. Lin Leng. He ordered me to help you kill Qin Feng." Scene shifted, a hammer was shown. Shenqi says, "Master, this is the Mjolnir hammer you wanted." Everyone in town worked together all night to forge it. Qin Feng takes the Mjolnir and says, "It's excellent. It's good to see the townspeople thinking about me and helping me." But as he lifts it, his waist jolts painfully. He groans, "My back." Shenqi asks worriedly, "Master, are you okay? Is it too heavy?" Qin Feng laughs, No, Mjolnir is perfect. This is exactly what I need for my second trip." He thinks to himself, "I've learned a new skill. I need this Mjolnir to control it. As long as I don't face someone extremely strong, I can fight with this." They head back into the forest to hunt. Suddenly, Qinfeng senses something. Someone's approaching us. He says to Shen Qi, "You handle things here, I'll go take a look." He soon sees Yun Qi, royal guards, and the alchemist. The alchemist says confidently, "Follow me, I gave you pills, now the forest fog won't affect you. Today, we will definitely kill Qinfeng." Yun Qi bows gratefully. "Thank you so much, Master Alchemist." Qinfeng thinks, "They brought an alchemist with them. If my team fights them head-on, we won't win. They're too strong. I need to do something to protect my people." A royal guard reports, "Master, I found footprints. All the guards went this way." Yun Qi says eagerly, "If they went that way, we must hurry. We'll surprise them and kill them all." But as they rush forward, everyone suddenly sinks into mud. Yun Qi shouts, "How is this possible? Who made this swamp?" At that moment, Qinfeng attacks with his Mjolnir and kills one guard instantly. Yun Qi screams, "Qinfeng, what are you doing? Why did you kill my man?" Qinfeng replies coldly, "You came here to kill me. I saw you coming a long time ago. Don't lie to me. That's why I hid my people somewhere safe and prepared traps for you." Qinfeng then attacks relentlessly, killing the guards one by one. Yun Qi panics. "This bastard wiped out my entire team. It's my turn to die." Just as an attack is about to hit Yun Qi, the alchemist steps in and blocks it. He says sternly, "Qinfeng, you're attacking members of the royal family. How dare you?" Qinfeng replies calmly, "A first-grade alchemist should be refining pills. Why are you here fighting?" The man smirks, vanishes, and reappears instantly, striking Qinfeng hard in the stomach. Qinfeng thinks in shock, where did that attack come from? His speed is abnormal. The man removes his cloak and says, "My name is Yuvan. I'm a first-grade alchemist, and also a first-level warrior." Qinfeng realizes he's a dual practitioner. He trains in both alchemy and martial combat. Yuvan says proudly, "I've heard a lot about you. The royal family personally assigned me to kill you. That alone should make you proud." Qinfeng thinks, "I never expected him to be this strong. He's been hiding his power all along." Yuvan charges forward to attack. Qinfeng raises his Mjolnir, ready to block. Yuvan comes up behind him and says, "My specialty is speed. No matter how much strength you use, you'll never be able to escape me." As he says this, Yuvan launches a series of rapid attacks. He then kicks Qinfeng's Mjolnir far away. Yun Qi laughs and says, "Sir, you've done a great job. Qinfeng is as good as dead. Until now, he's been killing people using that Mjolnir, but now he doesn't even have it. How will he kill anyone now?" Qinfeng replies calmly, "You're a speed-type practitioner, right? Then how did you kick my Mjolnir so far away?" Yuvan answers proudly, "Yes, I'm a speed-type practitioner. I generate my speed through my toes. That's why my toes have become extremely strong." Yuvan rushes forward again and strikes Qinfeng repeatedly. Qinfeng barely manages to block the attacks. Qinfeng thinks to himself, he uses his toes to control his speed. Yuvan says mockingly, "You blocked my physical attack. That's impressive." Qinfeng replies, "You're underestimating me. I've killed many powerful people before, and I know you can't kill me alone." Yuvan swallows a pill and says, "Oh really? Then let's see who dies today." He charges forward again. Yun Qi shouts confidently, "Qinfeng won't survive today. He's definitely going to die." Suddenly, Qinfeng delivers a devastating kick to Yuvan. Yuvan staggers back in shock and says, "What's going on? You're supposed to be a strength-type fighter. How did you match my speed?" Qinfeng laughs and replies, "When did I ever say I was a strength-type practitioner?" He thinks to himself, "That's why I was using the hammer. I recently learned a new technique called ghost dance. In my previous life, a powerful martial artist used this technique. When using ghost dance, your speed increases tremendously. You can travel thousands of meters in a single second. I hadn't fully mastered it yet. I was only practicing, so I couldn't control my speed. That's why I made Mjolnir to suppress my speed. Without the Mjolnir, I couldn't even walk properly. But while fighting him, I finally understood the rule of speed. To control speed, you must use your toes. Before, I was using my waist to generate force. Now I finally know how to use it correctly. Now I can use it in real combat." Qinfeng steps forward confidently. He swallows another pill and says, "My speed needs to increase a little more." Yun Qi and Yuvan stare in horror. "How is this possible? We're seeing 3 afterimages of him. Which one is the real one?" Suddenly, all of Qinfeng's attacks land on Yuvan at once. Yun Qi screams, "How is this possible? Yuvan is dead?" Qinfeng walks forward calmly and says, "Anything is possible. Yuvan is dead. You're next." Yun Qi falls to his knees, smashing his head into the ground and begging, "Qinfeng, please forgive me. I swear I'll never trouble you again." Qinfeng kicks him and kills him instantly. "Even if you begged now, you would have come back to kill me in the future." It's better I kill you now. Qin Feng sighs and says, now that they're dead, I can hunt peacefully. Time passes. News spreads throughout the capital that Yun Qi and his guards have disappeared. The royal family was furious and sends investigators to Yunjin town. At the royal office, an official says Yun Qi and all his guards are missing. Not even their bodies were found. The last place they went was the Mystic Forest. At that time, only you people were inside the forest. Can you explain why Yun Qi was killed? Qin Feng responds innocently, Sir, what are you talking about? We're terrified of entering that forest. How could we possibly kill royal elites? Shen Qi and the guards also act shocked and agree. Yes, that's right. The beasts there were extremely powerful. The royal marshal thinks to himself, they all look weak. There's no way they could kill anyone. I'm probably suspecting the wrong people. Scene shifts to the Qin family. The guards report, we survived. Qin Feng says, as long as you follow my instructions, nothing will happen to you. You've all improved greatly. Anyone who reaches the 9th level of Qi and Blood will receive a body tempering pill from me. That will help you break through, and whoever breaks through first will receive 20 gold as a reward. As the guards leave, Qin Feng thinks, the body tempering pill is good, but it's only first grade. I'll take them deeper into the mystic forest to find better herbs. If I get better herbs, I can refine stronger medicine and help them grow faster. That night, Qin Feng prepares to refine 2 pills, the bear muscle pill and the tiger bone pill. These are both high-grade 3rd-level pills. In my previous life, these pills were extremely dangerous, which is why no one dared sell them. If the 3rd prince and Lin Shuang finds out I can refine 3rd-grade pills, they'll definitely try to kill me. That's why I must become strong enough to face them. He places the herbs into the cauldron. A powerful aura bursts out. Qin Feng says, good, the spirit is still intact. The stronger the soul, the better the result. He refines the materials into a single pill and swallows it. This pill is excellent. He begins cultivating. The narration explains, this is a very special pill. It cleanses the body from the inside. But because it heals the body internally, it causes extreme pain. The pain is so intense that an ordinary person would die from it. Usually, only body-tempering cultivators dare to use it. Using it at the Qi and Blood realm is extremely risky. It could even destroy your cultivation. Qin Feng endures unbearable pain and thinks, if I didn't have 1,000 years of knowledge, I definitely wouldn't have survived. Light flashes everywhere. Qin Feng exhales and says, finally, it's over. We see that Qin Feng has successfully reached the 8th level of the Qi and Blood realm. Qin Feng smiles and says, no, it's not over yet. There's still energy from this pill remaining inside my body. It looks like I can still break through. After continuing his cultivation, Qin Feng says, I've reached the 9th level. Right now, I'm at the peak of the Qi and Blood realm. He gathers his strength and throws a punch. The force was so powerful that the wall in front of him shatters. Qin Feng laughs. This is incredible. My strength has reached 1,500 jin. I've fought many body-tempering cultivators before, and now I can confidently say that I'm strong enough to fight them head-on with ease. At that moment, Hao Chen rushes in and asks in shock, Master, what was that? Qin Feng grabs her by the mouth and says quietly, you must not tell anyone that the refining was successful. Hao Chen replies nervously, if the main family finds out that you've become a 3rd-level alchemist, they'll definitely summon you to the capital. Qin Feng nods. I know that already, but what would I even do in the capital? Get dragged into endless family conflicts? Hao Chen thinks to herself, if Master goes to the capital, I might never see him again. It would be best if Master didn't go at all. Meanwhile, Qin Feng thinks, the 3rd prince and Lin Xuan's wedding is coming up, and that bitch Lin Xuan caused me plenty of trouble. There's no way I can forgive her so easily. I'll definitely take my revenge. The next day, Qin Feng's father comes to see him and says, you've done extremely well. In just a few days, you've changed so many things. For now, stay in town. Lin Xuan and the 3rd prince's wedding is coming soon. After the wedding, they might forget about you, and you won't face trouble in the future. Hearing this, Qin Feng thinks, Father wants me to live a peaceful life, but I can't do that. He says aloud, Father, grandmother's 90th birthday is coming up. I want to go see her and celebrate with her. Will you allow me to go to the capital? His father replies seriously, I know you're kind, and that you miss your grandmother, but please don't go right now. The 3rd prince might think you're provoking him and could even attack you. Qin Feng responds firmly, Father, I'm a warrior. Warriors never back down, and no one can stop them. We don't need to fear the 3rd prince anymore. I'm far stronger than before. He throws a punch. His father blocks it and says in shock, your cultivation has returned. Now, It's progressed even further. They arrive at the Qin family training arena, where all the guards are practicing. Qin Feng says, "Father, we now have 5 guards at the 9th level. Even the weakest has reached the 5th level. They all have excellent battle experience. I can confidently say they're already strong warriors." His father says in disbelief, 5 9th level cultivators? When I left last time, only Shen Qi was at the 9th level. How did they improve so fast? Qin Feng replies, "It's all thanks to my master's blessing." His father turns back and asks anxiously, "You didn't use all the spirit fruits, did you? If you did, we'd be in serious trouble." Qin Feng smiles, "Father, what are you thinking? Just look around." When his father looks, the ground is covered with fruits, more than before. He pinches his own cheek and says, "Is this real? Am I dreaming? I never imagined the medicine garden would change this much. Herbs are growing everywhere." Finally, his father says, "All right, you may go to the capital. But remember this carefully. If you sense danger, avoid it. And if you encounter something you can't handle, remember me. I'll come help you immediately." Qin Feng nods. "I'll do exactly as you say, father." Qin Feng explains, "There's still 1 month before Lin Xuan's wedding. So I asked Wang Li to continue training everyone. I also told Hao Chen to make sure there's no shortage of pills." After half a month of preparation, Shen Qi and I set out for the capital. Our goals are grandmother's birthday and revenge against Lin Xuan. After 6 days of travel, both of them were exhausted. Qin Feng says, "We've been traveling for too long. There should be a place ahead where we can rest." Shen Qi replies, "Yes, master. According to the letter, there's a comfortable place nearby." Soon, they arrive outside a city. The city's name was Demon Slaying City. Seeing it, both Qin Feng and Shen Qi were shocked. Shen Qi asks, "Is this the comfortable place our main clan arranged for us?" Qin Feng sighs, "This is awful." Shen Qi explains, "About 100 years ago, a powerful demon lived here. The royal family sent 1,000 soldiers to kill the monsters. After that incident, this place was named Demon Slaying City." Qin Feng notices an old man sitting nearby and thinks, "Not many people live here. What is that old man doing here?" He senses danger and thinks, "It's been 100 years since that demon supposedly died, but there's still terrifying energy here. People believe it's because the demon's corpse is buried here. But that's not true. In my past life, this demon awakened again. Even now, it's still resurrecting. When it becomes slightly stronger, it'll surface again. But even knowing this, I can't do anything. No one would believe me. Everyone thinks the demon is already dead." Shen Qi asks nervously, "Master, why would the main clan arrange such a dangerous place for us?" Qin Feng replies, "Maybe they want us to learn about our ancestors." Shen Qi whispers, "Whatever the reason, I'm scared. What if a ghost appears here?" Suddenly, a skeletal hand grabs Shen Qi's leg and lifts her upside down. Shen Qi cries out, "Master, this ghost is strangling me." Qin Feng immediately attacks with his dagger, but he can't cut through the rope made of bones. Shen Qi sobs, "Master, please save me." Just then, many people rush over and shout, "Who are these bastards trespassing in the Qin family hall? Don't they know this is Qin family territory?" Qin Feng replies calmly, "You've misunderstood. This is also the hall of our ancestors. You are members of the Qin family, and so are we." The masked man sneers, "You're Qin family members?" Qin Feng answers, "Yes, I'm an inner member of the Qin family." The masked man growls, "We hate the Qin family. They're nothing but scum." Shen Qi whispers nervously, "Master, as soon as you mentioned the Qin family, they got even angrier." Qin Feng frowns, "Weren't you once part of the Qin family? Why are you so furious?" The masked man explains, 30 years ago, the Qin family became enemies with the royal family. To appease the royal family, the Qin family expelled some of its own people. All those who were expelled were innocent. They had done nothing wrong. Everyone shouts angrily, "You killed the royal family's people, so why were we sent to Demon Slaying City? We struggled just to get 1 meal a day. And now inner family members like you dare to step inside? Are you trying to humiliate us?" Qin Feng thinks to himself, "I remember this. 30 years ago, our family expelled many people. These must be them." He asks aloud, "What do you want?" In his previous life, Qin Feng remembers these people forming a group that repeatedly attacked the Qin family. Eventually, they became sworn enemies. The masked man says coldly, "Since you're from the Qin family, are you willing to fight one of us? Whoever loses will have their bones broken, and their family will be considered defeated. You must also surrender. We want the world to see that we're not losers. The real loser is the Qin family." Qin Feng thinks, "I knew they would ask for something like this." He says, "If I win, you must release my companion." The masked man nods, "Fine. I promise that if you win, you can leave." Qin Feng says confidently, "Shen Qi, you can see it too. They're exhausted and weak. I can defeat them easily. Shenqi nods. Yes, master, your cultivation has recovered. You'll defeat them without trouble. Qin Feng looks at the group and says, you all look thin and tired, so I'll let you attack first. Whoever lands a proper hit on me will be my opponent. At first, the masked men stay silent. Then they burst out laughing. You've dug your own grave. Shenqi whispers anxiously. Master, you're talking nonsense. What if you get badly injured? Qin Feng replies calmly, I know my own strength. There's no one here who can defeat me. Suddenly a powerful punch slams into Qin Feng, sending him flying backward. The masked man says smugly, even if we look weak, there's always someone strong among us. This man has mastered body tempering. Many have already lost to him. And you, at the Key and Blood Realm, think you can win. Shenqi shouts, Master, are you okay? Qin Feng stands up and smiles. Don't worry. He's just a body tempering realm cultivator. I can defeat him easily. He thinks to himself, it's good that I met him now. The fighter sneers, Kid, you're impressive. You're still smiling after taking my punch. Let's see if you're still smiling when this battle ends. This time, Qin Feng dodges the attack and starts throwing stones at him. The fighter laughs. What kind of madness is this? These tiny stones can't hurt me. I'm not a child. But Qin Feng doesn't stop. He keeps throwing stones relentlessly. The fighter shouts, what are you trying to do? You're not even fighting me up close, just throwing stones from afar. Qin Feng replies calmly, time will tell who wins and who loses. After a moment, Qin Feng says, all right, now it begins. Suddenly, the fighter drops to his knees, overwhelmed by intense pain. He thinks in panic, what's happening to my body? I feel incredibly weak. I can't even move. A masked man cries out, Senior, our brother has lost. The leader stares in disbelief. How is this possible? That kid is only at the Key and Blood Realm. How did he defeat our strongest fighter? Qin Feng says coldly, you can't fight anymore. Admit your defeat. The fighter roars, I'd rather die than lose to an inner clan member. I hate the inner clan. He tries to punch again. Qin Feng sighs, stop wasting your time. You can't even hit me. But suddenly the fighter lands a punch and shouts, you underestimated me. I'm not weak. Then he realizes Qin Feng's legs were trapped. The fighter yells, Father, what are you doing? Let go of him. My name is Qin Fengjin. I've never cheated in a fight, and I never will. His father snaps angrily, you idiot. If we don't cheat, we'll lose for sure. The man you're fighting is an alchemist. He's slowly destroying your cultivation. Qin Fengjin stares at Qin Feng in shock. Is that true? You're targeting my cultivation? Qin Feng replies, why aren't you attacking? I haven't surrendered. Trapping my legs won't help you defeat me. Qin Fengjin attacks again and shouts, I thought you were a real man. But you're using tricks. I despise people who fight like this. My father was right. Inner clan members are all despicable. Qin Feng calmly blocks the attack and says, relying on brute strength alone, you'll never defeat me. He delivers a powerful kick to Qin Fengjin's head. Qin Fengjin collapses, barely conscious. The leader screams, how is this possible? He broke my iron chains. No one has ever done that. Shenqi cheers proudly. My young master is amazing. He defeated your entire clan with his own power. Qin Fengjin struggles to stand again. Qin Feng says sternly, why are you still trying to get up? You can't fight me anymore. Now tell me, do you surrender? Or should I break your arms? Qin Fengjin replies fiercely, I won't surrender. Even if you break my arms and legs, I'd rather die than lose to a Qin family inner member. Qin Feng nods slowly. All right, then I surrender. Everyone was stunned. Qin Fengjin shouts in disbelief. What are you saying? You're representing the Qin family. If you surrender, it means the Qin family has lost. Qin Feng says calmly, this fight is between two individuals. Why is the family interfering? Then Qin Feng turns away and says, fine, the fight is over. I'm going to save my companion. Two men help the injured Qin Fengjin up and ask anxiously, brother, are you okay? Has your injury worsened? Can you still stand? The fighter replies, I'm fine. But inside he was shocked and thinks, what just happened? Why don't I feel any pain at all? What's more incredible is that all my injuries have healed. He suddenly realizes and says aloud, now I understand. When I was fighting Qin Feng, he wasn't suppressing my cultivation with those stones. He was actually healing my injuries. That means he never intended to fight me seriously from the beginning. He was trying to help me. I was never his match. Qin Fengjin shouts angrily, you're a complete bastard. You never even considered me your opponent. If you wanted to, you could have defeated me easily. Why did you surrender? Qin Feng replies calmly, we all belong to the same family. Fighting each other like enemies doesn't feel right. So even if I surrendered, it doesn't make me smaller. Qin Feng walks to the ancestral hall. kneels, and prays. I swear in the name of Qin Feng. All future generations of the Qin family will give their best to honor our ancestors. We will restore the Qin family and make it stronger than ever. There will be no outsiders anymore. Everyone will be family. Qin Fengjin says thoughtfully. My father always told me that inner clan members of the Qin family were cruel. He said they didn't even treat outsiders as humans. But today is the first time I've met an inner member myself. And this man isn't evil at all. He treated me like family. He treated me with respect. Qin Fengjin bows and says, I lost. I accept my defeat. You may leave. We won't trouble you anymore. Hearing this, Qin Fengjin's father was shocked. He strikes Qin Fengjin's back angrily and shouts, Who told you to give up? You're not allowed to surrender. Attack him and kill him. The fight is over. I've already lost. As we agreed, I can't continue fighting him. His father roars. Have you forgotten what the Qin family did to your family? You're just going to let this bastard go? You won't take revenge? Fengjin replies weakly. Father, stop it. I'm already in pain. Others murmur angrily. He was already badly injured earlier, and now you're beating him again. At that moment, Qin Feng steps forward and stops the stick mid-air. Qin Feng says coldly, the Qin family will handle matters involving its members. How dare the Yi family interfere in our affairs? He walks closer to Fengjin's father and says sharply, Your secret is about to be exposed, old man. Did you think I wouldn't recognize you, Qin Dahai? Fengjin's father panics. Qin Dahai? What are you talking about? Qin Feng replies, You've been claiming you're an outsider, but I've seen you many times in the Qin clan before. You're clearly an insider pretending to be an outsider. And if I'm not mistaken, the ones who summoned us here weren't the main clan. It was you. And you've been using this identity for a long time. That weapon you carry, royal black gold, only members of the royal family possess it. That alone proves you're connected to them. Qin Dahai shouts angrily, You're talking nonsense. I'm an outsider. That's why you're insulting me. Qin Feng smiles coldly. Really? Then how about I summon both the Qin family and the Yi family here? Let them judge which family you truly belong to. That won't take long. Qin Dahai turns pale, then laughs bitterly. Fine. I admit it. I never thought a Qin family brat would recognize me. Yes, I'm an insider of the Qin family. My name is Qin Dahai, and I'm about to become a member of the Yi family. The Qin family may be among the 5 strongest families, but it's the weakest of them. The Yi family is the strongest. To join them, I gathered outsiders and poisoned their minds. I incited hatred against the Qin family. I spent years planning this. Eventually, the Yi family accepted me. But they set one condition. To become a true member, I had to kill you. That's why I lured you here. I planned to have my people kill you. Qin Feng says coldly, I never expected such a traitor to come from the main Qin family. Fengjin trembles and says, My father adopted me. He kept saying he was an outsider. He lied to us for years just to join the Yi family. Qin Dahai sneers, I'm not the only one joining the Yi family. You all are too. You should be grateful to the royal family. Thanks to them, we've survived all these years. All our money came from them. Anyone who wants a better life, follow me and kill Qin Feng. If we succeed, we'll be rich and prosperous. Some people hesitate, then say, Our adoptive father lied to us. But it's true, the Yi family is far stronger than the Qin family. We should choose the Yi family if we want a good life. They funded us anyway. What difference does it make which family we join? Money and comfort matter more. The crowd steps forward to attack. Shenqi shouts, Master, run, I'll hold these bastards back. Qin Feng replies calmly, Shenqi, some people here are scum but not all of them. Don't worry, a lion is about to awaken. Suddenly, Fengjin leaps into the air, lets out a terrifying roar and shouts, You all already know the truth. Even so, you're still betraying our family. How could you choose to become traitors? You are truly unworthy of being members of the Qin family. As he says this, he attacks everyone at once. With a single strike, he severely injures them all. Shenqi was completely confused and says, Why is Fengjin helping us? Qin Dahai shouts angrily, Fengjin, what are you doing? Won't you listen to me? I raised you and brought you up. Listen to me right now and start killing Qin Feng. Fengjin responds by smashing a powerful punch straight into Qin Dahai's face and says, You're just a barking dog. My surname is Qin. I belong to the Qin family. The blood flowing through my veins is Qin family blood. I would rather die than become a dog for another clan. Watching this, Qin Feng thinks to himself, The moment I saw this group, I remembered them from my previous life. Fengjin was extremely talented. His strength was extraordinary. If I can bring Fengjin onto my side, it will be a huge gain. That's why I fought him earlier, to earn his respect, so that he would support me later. After some time, Fenjian defeats the remaining attackers. Still furious, he storms toward Qin Feng. Shenqi rushes forward to stop him and says, "What are you doing? Are you trying to fight again?" Fenjian picks up Qin Feng's bag and says, "Because of you, I no longer have food or a place to live. So I'll follow you from now on. At least if I stay with you, I won't starve." Shenqi exclaims in shock, "What are you saying?" Qin Feng steps forward and says calmly, "Let him do what he wants. From now on, he's part of our team." Qin Feng extends his hand and says, "You can join us, but you must follow me." Fenjian shakes his hand and replies, "Fine. It's better to starve with my family than eat with those scum." Just as they finish speaking, an army suddenly appears. They were completely surrounded by the royal family's forces. Lin Lang steps down from his carriage and says mockingly, "It's been a long time, Qin Feng. You know we're here on an investigation. Our investigation shows that Qin Feng was killed in Demon Slaying City. According to the story, he was murdered by a group of outsiders. How do you like the story we've prepared about your death?" Qin Feng glares at him and says, "Lin Lang, how dare you come here?" Inside, he realizes, so this was all that bastard's plan. "I've walked straight into a trap." Lin Lang smirks. "If you had stayed in your town, I wouldn't have been able to touch you. But you chose to leave, and now my power has grown far stronger than before. These knights are all my guards. They're all at the body tempering level. You won't survive." Fenjian whispers, "I might be able to take on 2 or 3, but I can't defeat all of them." Qin Feng says calmly, "Fenjian, I'm sorry. You just joined us, and now you'll have to die with me." Fenjian replies firmly, "It's fine, but I'll die killing these bastards." Shenqi nods and says, "Yes, you're right." Qin Feng declares loudly, "Qin family members would rather die than run from battle. Let's see if you can really defeat us." Suddenly, applause echoes through the air. They turn and see the drunken master, who had been sitting outside the city. The drunken master chuckles and says, "Well said, boy. Qin family members would rather die than flee from battle." Lin Lang scowls. "Who is this idiot? Get him out of here. Why do beggars keep showing up?" As a guard approaches him, the drunken master simply raises a finger. With a single flick, the guard is sent flying straight into Lin Lang. Blood spills from Lin Lang's mouth as he screams, "Who is this drunken master? He has terrifying power. Everyone, listen to me. Forget Qin Feng. Kill this drunken master first." All the guards attack together. In one instant, the drunken master defeats them all. No one can understand what just happened. Qin Feng murmurs, "These are all body tempering cultivators, and they can't even stand against him. Who is this drunken master?" The drunken master laughs and says, "I've been bored for a long time, but now I'm finally having fun again. This boy makes me feel alive." He raises his staff and fires a brilliant flare into the sky. "Let's take this madness to the next level." Qin Feng's eyes widen. "That's a battle banner." Because of the banner, the entire Qin family army arrives. Lin Lang was completely stunned. How is this possible? The Qin family's entire army is here, and why is a war-level artifact being used? Who is this drunken master? Qin Feng realizes, my war order was the lowest tier war artifact. But a battle banner is extremely rare. Only clan heads or legendary figures possess one. Anyone who holds a battle banner can start a war at any time, and the entire Qin family must support them. And now, even the Qin family is bowing to this drunken master. The Qin family army kneels and shouts in unison, "Master, please give us your orders." "Our Qin family grandmaster, welcome back." Qin Feng thought to himself, so this is why the grandmaster was killing body tempering experts so effortlessly. In terms of cultivation, above the grandmaster realm, there is only one higher realm, and in today's world, no one has reached the god realm. That means anyone at the grandmaster level is among the strongest people alive. And the man standing before me is none other than the legendary master of the Qin family, Qin Lu Feng, currently at the 6th level of the grandmaster realm. But Master Lu Feng disappeared 30 years ago. Why has he appeared again now? Lu Feng then spoke. "I remember when I was young, my Lu family began to decline. At that time, conflicts between the Qin family and Yi family was constant. 30 years ago, Yi family oppressed us endlessly. When they crossed the line, I led my people and attacked them. It was clear who caused the trouble. It was those families. But to avoid a full-scale war, the Qin family knelt before them. Everyone who stood with me was expelled from the family. At that time, I felt completely hopeless. But the Qin family did not punish me further, so I chose to punish myself. I left and lived in Demon Slaying City in seclusion. But today, after seeing this young Qin family member, I can confidently say, the lion of our family is about to awaken. I didn't raise the battle banner to start a war. I raised it to make a grand announcement. I never liked the Qin family's previous leaders. They were incompetent. But now I've finally found someone worthy of becoming a leader. That is why I passed the Qin family battle banner to Qin Feng. From today onward, the banner holder will no longer be me, it will be Qin Feng. Hearing this, the Qin family army declared, "New banner holder, Qin Feng. Whatever orders you give will be our final command." At that moment, Lin Lang completely panicked. If this is Qin Feng's army, then I won't survive today. Feng Jun said, "Qin Feng, we should kill this bastard right now." Lu Feng turned to Qin Feng and asked, "What should we do with them?" "They came here to kill you." Qin Feng bowed respectfully. "Master, thank you for trusting me so much. For trash like this, I don't need to use my position." Lu Feng asked, "So you'll let him go?" Lin Lang begged desperately. "Please spare me. I swear I'll never do this again." Qin Feng replied coldly, "I won't kill him, not because he deserves mercy, but because killing him would start a war between the two families. But that doesn't mean I won't punish him. I'll torture him so badly that even his soul will tremble." Scene shifts to Third Prince's mansion. The Third Prince said angrily, "Today is my engagement day. I don't want to hear anything about the Qin family's banner. Go find out what's happening and report back to me." At that moment, Lin Xuan rushed in, crying, "Third Prince, something terrible has happened. What if the Qin family uses their war banner against us? If that's the case, we can postpone today's engagement." The Third Prince grabbed her hands and said, "No, there's no need. The engagement will happen today. I want the entire city to know that Lin Xuan is my wife." Lin Xuan replied softly, "I don't want fame. I just want to stand by your side." Suddenly, a guard rushed in. "Your Highness, the Qin family army has arrived and surrounded the mansion." The Third Prince scoffed. "The entire dynasty is under my family's control. How dare the Qin family oppose us?" At that moment, Qin Feng's voice echoed, "Oppose you? I'm here to congratulate the Third Prince." Lin Xuan panicked internally. "Why is Qin Feng here? I sent my brother Lin Lang to kill him. Why isn't he dead?" The Third Prince said sternly, "Enough. I know you're Lin Lang's friend, but you're not welcome at my wedding. Leave immediately." Qin Feng smiled calmly. "Your Highness? Why the rush? I didn't come empty-handed. What I brought, you won't be able to refuse." Then Qin Feng threw Lin Lang, naked and battered, in front of everyone. The Third Prince shouted, "What is Lin Lang doing here?" Qin Feng replied, "Your Highness, Lin Lang crossed all limits of humanity. Because of his actions, the people of Demon-Slaying City captured him and locked him in a pig cage. My family and I happened to pass by and saved him, but the villagers are still furious. If you refuse to let us attend the wedding, I'll send him back." The crowd whispered, "Isn't he the brother of the Third Prince's wife? What could he have done for the city to punish him like this? Modern nobles have truly fallen." Lin Xuan shouted angrily, "Qin Feng, what nonsense are you saying? I clearly remember ordering my brother to kill you." Qin Feng smiled. "Yes, you did. But who did he actually try to kill?" Lin Xuan froze in fear. She quickly turned to the Third Prince. "This man is dangerous. We should do exactly as he says." The Third Prince nodded. "Since Lin Xuan says so, you may enter." Qin Feng led his team inside. Seeing them enter, the Third Prince clenched his fists. "This bastard entering my wedding has lowered its status," Shenqi whispered. "Young master, the Third Prince looks furious. What should we do?" Qin Feng replied calmly, "Today belongs to Lin Xuan. Everyone's attention is on her. So we'll give her memories she'll never forget for the rest of her life." Moments later, the Third Prince announced proudly, "I would like to introduce my future wife, Lin Xuan. She is a disciple of the Immortal Moon Palace, and she has sworn to stay by my side for life." Lin Xuan said politely, "There's no need to praise me so much, Third Prince." Meanwhile, everyone present began praising Lin Xuan, saying, "She's truly a wonderful woman." Shen Qi snapped angrily, "What nonsense is being spoken here? Lin Xuan was originally supposed to become your wife, but now she's lying. She only wants to be the Third Prince's wife." Qin Feng said calmly, "Shen Qi, don't get angry. Our chance for revenge is coming, and what I'm about to do will be extremely satisfying." Then Qin Feng stood up and said, "Third Prince, I am Lin Xuan's childhood friend. I know she is a very good woman, and I want to personally congratulate the two of you." Seeing Qin Feng speak, Lin Xuan became extremely nervous. The Third Prince said reassuringly, "Don't be afraid, Lin Xuan. Let him speak. I also want the world to hear how wonderful you are." Qin Feng continued, "Lin Xuan is so kind that words can't describe her. Everyone, please listen carefully. I'm going to tell you about her. In the past, the Lin family was very weak, and Lin Xuan was raised by our Qin family. My father supported her, nurtured her, and raised her. To repay this kindness, Lin Xuan entered into a marriage contract with me." Hearing this, the entire hall was shocked. People whispered, But Lin Xuan said she was marrying the third prince for the first time. According to this man, doesn't that make this her second marriage? Qin Feng continued, Lin Xuan is truly a good woman. That's why the third prince fell in love with her. She didn't cause much trouble. She simply left me. To be honest, she even tried to kill me. I didn't die, but my martial arts were sealed. After breaking our contract, she went straight to the third prince. But what could I do? Lin Xuan has become much better now, and I felt it wasn't right to interfere in her life anymore. Hearing this, the crowd began murmuring angrily, this woman is terrible. If we're being honest, she's a fraud who betrayed even her benefactor. Lin Xuan thought to herself, he's speaking as if he's praising me, but in reality, he's humiliating me. Because of this bastard, everyone has turned against me. The third prince shouted angrily, how dare you speak like this? You don't know Lin Xuan properly. She's a very good person. Qin Feng replied calmly, Your Highness, you say I don't know her. Fine, I accept that. But I do know one thing. Second-hand goods never bring as much joy. And in the future, you won't enjoy this either. Hearing Qin Feng's words, the third prince became furious. Lin Xuan added angrily, I could tolerate personal insults, but this man has insulted you, that I cannot tolerate. The third prince roared, Soldiers, step forward and arrest this bastard. As the soldiers moved to seize Qin Feng, he calmly lifted the Qin family battle banner and placed it on the table. Feng Jun shouted, Qin Feng, what is that? Qin Feng replied coldly, it's something that lets me remind people of their place. The moment the soldiers saw the banner, they immediately fell to their knees. The crowd gasped, that's the Qin family's battle banner. The third prince muttered in disbelief. How can this ordinary man possess the Qin family's battle banner? Just then, a guard rushed to the third prince and whispered, the banner was given to Qin Feng by the old master, and that person is sitting right there. The third prince panicked. That old man, he's the strongest person in the entire Qin family. Master Lu Feng then spoke calmly, your soldiers were advancing toward us. What should I make of that? The third prince hurried forward and said respectfully, seeing the Grand Master here brings me great joy. I came to offer you a drink. Internally, he thought, this man is far too powerful. I can't oppose him right now. Soon after, a knight approached and reported, the story Qin Feng told about Lin Lang was false. The third prince replied, even if it was a lie, we can't say anything in front of the Grand Master. Meanwhile, Lin Xuan thought bitterly, today was supposed to make my family famous, but because of Qin Feng, everyone will mock us. I will not spare that bastard. I will definitely have him killed. As Qin Feng was leaving, Feng Jun and Shen Qi said, young master, you were amazing. You completely destroyed them. Qin Feng laughed. Yeah, I enjoyed it too. Suddenly, several guards rushed forward and grabbed Qin Feng. Shen Qi shouted angrily, who dares arrest the Qin family's banner holder? It was then revealed that the person behind this was Qin Zhan, the head of the Qin family. Qin Zhan said coldly, I've already spoken with the family elders. I'm here to retrieve the battle banner and take Qin Feng away to discuss his crimes. Hearing this, everyone was shocked. Scene shifted. Qin family law enforcement hall. Qin Feng was tied up inside the hall. The elders questioned him. You used the Qin family's battle banner and mobilized the entire army, attempting to provoke a war between the Qin family and the Yi family. Do you admit your guilt? Qin Feng replied calmly. When I was in Demon Slaying City, Yi family members attacked me. I used the banner only to protect myself. And no matter what I did, a war never started. So how can you call me a war criminal? An elder scoffed. Your tongue is sharp, child, but words won't save you. And most importantly, we are not the judges today. The judge today is Granny. At the mention of her name, the entire hall erupted in whispers. Granny is extremely dangerous. Shenki explains, she's the strongest person in the Qin family. Anyone she judges never survives, even if they're innocent. Inside the hall sat Yulong, who sneered, Qin Feng, watching you like this is very entertaining. Today, you're definitely going to prison. And guess what? I was the one who reported that you used the battle banner. Now that Granny is coming, you have no chance of surviving. Then Granny entered the hall. Granny said sternly, you used the battle banner, and you also supported those people who were expelled from the family. You stood with outsiders who were already banished. It was then explained that Granny was Qin Zhan's mother and the true authority behind the Qin family. She was also the one who had raised Master Lu Feng. Granny asked, is everything I said true? Qin Feng replied calmly, yes, I admit that everything you said is true. Granny then walked up to Qin Feng and asked, give me one reason. Why did you do all this? Qin Feng answered firmly, you're asking me for a reason? Those damn Yi family people have always looked down on us. Because of them, we were forced to expel our own people. Our family has always bowed its head, but now the time has come to change. We can't keep living under pressure forever." Hearing Qin Feng speak so boldly, the elders shouted, "Qin Feng, do you even understand what you're saying? What you just said amounts to treason." Granny looked at him and asked calmly, "Qin Feng, are these your true reasons?" Shenqi thought nervously. The young master is finished. He won't survive this. Yulong sneered, "Qin Feng, you're a complete idiot. You've admitted all your crimes. Granny will definitely expel you from the family." But suddenly, Granny used her staff and broke Qin Feng's shackles. She said, "This is exactly what I expected from my grandson. You spoke very well, child." Everyone present was completely stunned. Yulong shouted in disbelief, "Granny Lu has never spared anyone before." Then, pointing angrily, he yelled, "He has committed so many crimes. How can we just let this bastard go?" Granny replied coldly, "Qin Feng is the future of our family. How can I punish him?" And everything he said was absolutely right. We must break our useless family rules. How long are we supposed to keep living with our heads bowed? I already spoke with Master Lu Feng. He told me what a good child Qin Feng is. He treats everyone well, even the people of demon-slaying city. An elder hesitated and said, "But haven't we already begun judging this child? Is it really right to let him go like this?" Granny replied, "There is going to be a competition among the 5 great families, and I want Qin Feng to represent our family." Hearing this, all the elders began murmuring, "He didn't get punished at all." Granny even gave him a huge reward. One elder shouted, "Granny, you're making a mistake. Only a few people can participate in this competition, and you've already given him a spot. This goes against family law." Granny nodded calmly. "Yes, you're right. All the official spots are already filled. That's why Qin Feng will replace Yulong." Hearing this, Yulong was completely shocked. Crying, he shouted, "Granny, why are you doing this? Why give my place to this bastard?" Granny replied coldly, "I did this because you're useless. I have no trust in you whatsoever." Qin Feng bowed respectfully. "Thank you, Granny." Inside, he thought, "This upcoming competition is huge. If I perform well, it will greatly benefit me." Granny then announced, "We will form a new team made entirely of young talents with some experience, and Qin Feng will be their leader." Hearing this, Shenqi and Feng Jun became extremely happy, while Yulong burst into tears. Granny said firmly, "Qin Feng, I've given you enough opportunities. What happens next depends on you." Qin Feng bowed deeply. "Granny, I will never disappoint you." He thought to himself, "If I'm going to be a leader, I need to grow my influence. I must use this power wisely. In the future, I'll need to handle the main family." Scene shifted. Qin Feng arrived outside the family library. He muttered, "I've been away from the main family for too long. That's why I've learned so few techniques. Let's see what new techniques are stored here. Although I already have many techniques in my mind, it wouldn't hurt to take some from here as well." He stood calmly and began reading books. Suddenly, a shout echoed from outside. "Qin Feng, you rat, where are you hiding? Come out." The person shouting was Yulong. Yulong yelled, "Come out, I want to fight you." Qin Feng replied calmly, "You're not worthy of being my opponent. And as for the spot you lost, Granny gave it to me. I didn't even ask for it. If you want to complain, go talk to Granny." Yulong sneered, "So you're scared? I've trained non-stop for 3 years for this competition. I won't give up this chance so easily. Come fight me. I can destroy massive boulders with my strength. What do you think you are in front of me?" Other family disciples whispered, "Yulong is extremely strong. You won't last against him." Yulong stepped forward and said arrogantly, "I'll prove Granny was wrong. I'll defeat you in one move." Before he could finish, Qin Feng punched him once. Casually, Qin Feng said, "I was reading. Please don't disturb me." That single punch left Yulong completely broken. Qin Feng said coldly, "I'm letting you off this time because it's your first offense. But if you dare try this again, I'll kill you." The people who had been supporting Yulong were terrified. Qin Feng is insanely strong. Never mess with him. Suddenly, all of them bowed to Qin Feng and said, "Brother, you're incredible. You defeated him with a single strike. From now on, you're our big brother." Yulong shouted angrily, "What nonsense are you talking about? You've betrayed me." They replied coldly, "Big brother is always the strongest, and you're not strong at all." Yulong thought bitterly, "These bastards used to flatter me, and now they don't even recognize me." Qin Feng said calmly, "You can become my brothers, but only if you help me find the martial technique book." They nodded eagerly. "Of course, we'll help." Qin Feng thought to himself, "These people are useless. I'll never truly accept them as brothers, but they can help me search faster." A while later, Qin Feng asked, "So there's going to be a big auction among the 5 great families?" They replied, yes, a massive auction. All major families bring their resources. It's basically a way to show off their power. But the problem is, we, the Qin family, have nothing impressive to display. We've never seen the Qin family win among the 5 great families. Qin Feng thought to himself, this is really strange. Our family is equal to the other 4 families in almost every aspect, yet our importance is much lower. Why is this happening? Seeing the family grow weaker has deeply troubled the younger generation. If the younger members lose their confidence, our family won't be able to achieve anything. Qin Feng said to the boys, do you all know that our family is actually very strong? We've simply been hiding our true power. Hearing this, all the boys became excited. What? Our family is strong? Qin Feng nodded. Yes, our Qin family is extremely strong. And this time at the auction, our family will finally show its true strength. Inside, Qin Feng thought, a good opportunity has finally arrived. This year, the god of alchemy will ensure the Qin family's victory. I will never allow my family to lose. Scene shifted. Qin Feng arrived outside a small hut. He muttered, so this is the alchemy room I've been assigned. This place is really terrible. Just then, a young girl approached him and said politely, welcome. I'm responsible for collecting herbs. I'm here to assist you. Qin Feng thought, I remember that rooms are assigned based on strength. Judging by this alchemy room, this girl must be a very low-level herb collector. But as Qin Feng stepped inside, he noticed something surprising. All the herbs were carefully separated and arranged according to their properties. Qin Feng thought, her work is extremely well organized. Then why is she working in such a terrible place? There must be something more to this. He asked her, what's your name? The girl replied, my name is Hua Ju. Qin Feng suddenly remembered something and said, Hua, does that mean you're old Hua's granddaughter? Hua Ju nodded. Yes, you're right, but how do you know my grandfather? Qin Feng replied, my name is Qin Feng. Your grandfather was a hero. He collected countless medicinal herbs for our family. So why were you given such a poor room? Does someone bully you here? Hua Ju's eyes widened. So you're Qin Feng, the one grandfather always talks about. Please come with me. I want you to meet him. Qin Feng then explained that Grandpa Hua had once been the Qin family's best medicine collector. He possessed extraordinary knowledge about herbs. When Qin Feng was young, Grandpa Hua had personally taught him about medicinal plants. Without Grandpa Hua, Qin Feng would never have become an alchemist. Later, they arrived at Grandpa Hua's residence. Grandpa Hua looked weak and said, why have you come back, Qin Feng? Qin Feng asked urgently, Grandpa Hua, how did your condition become this bad? Hua Ju burst into tears and said, Yulong did this. When Yulong found out that you had become an alchemist, he remembered that grandfather was the one who taught you. So that bastard came here and beat my grandfather. Using his authority, he then assigned us to the worst work. And the biggest problem is, I don't have any money to treat my grandfather. Grandpa Hua sighed and said, Hua Zu, young master Qin Feng can't do anything right now. His family has already been demoted. He's currently in Yunhe City. If he takes action here, it could cause him serious trouble. Qin Feng clenched his fists and thought, everything that happened to them is because of me. Then he said firmly, Grandpa Hua, if you hadn't guided me, I would never have become an alchemist. Everything I am today is because of you. I will definitely repay this debt. I will not let that bastard go. What happens next will be revealed in the next episode. Thank you for watching and stay tuned.